do it to it.
11/22/22.
Hey,
Here we are.
here we are.
Thanksgiving week.
Couple.
So much football this week.
So much football starting tonight, lasting basically until, well, I don't even know. Monday, well, technically Monday night. That's the end of the week, but like there's a lot of football.
No,
all day
it's just
long.
continuous football these days, except for we get more earlier in the week.
Correct.
Specifically NFL,
Correct.
obviously, with 3 Thanksgiving Day games.
And at this point, you know, high school's over. Both our high schools won their championships.
State champions here.
Just state champs here. You know, whatever. Shout out Southeast Polk. Shout out West Side Warriors of Omaha.
Yeah.
Well done. Way to get it done. Way to get her done. Are you looking for buttons?
Yeah, I was going to play the champs are here.
Oh, well, next page. Go ahead. Honor's yours.
The champ is here! The champ is here!
There we go. Little sounder to start the show.
A little sounder? We haven't had sounder in
Look at us.
months.
Production team.
Woo!
Almost got a
Just sitting right here. Getting it. All right. So, moral of the story of this week, chaos. Utter chaos. Probably need to check when the college football playoffs come out tonight. We'll have a bigger segment on that because there should be some changes. Some little bit of shakeups and what people are thinking, and I will speak
But
about.
ultimately, it doesn't matter till next week.
No, it doesn't, but it's something to talk about, and I will speak on something that I saw an announcer or analyst who is like the guru to the committee say something about Georgia. I'll explain as we get into that, but let's just say that is not smart at all. So,
All
right, recap. College football, week 12.
We had a 3-game slate. Let's start with the high scorer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pac-12, my USC Trojans, rated 7 coming in with 1 loss on the season. We're 1.5-point favorites at UCLA, ranked 16th. The total on that game was 75.5. We clearly knew USC was going to win in a shootout.
48-45.
Just not a 93-point shootout. So we both hit USC in the cover, and we were severely under on our under call.
I mean, we missed by 17 and a half.
That wasn't close.
That's not even, no, wasn't. But
I mean, you saw the game you wanted to see.
correct. It's just way more points. That was a lot of points.
Right.
Just,
So the game lived up to the hype, was good back and forth.
no complaints.
USC continues on the path, and you will see them again this week in our games of the week.
Absolutely, because they're in it. They're in this thing.
Utah, Oregon.
Yeah.
Utah visiting Oregon. Oregon 3-point favorites at home after laying a complete egg 2 weeks ago. Did bounce back, covered the 3, ended up getting the win.
I mean, it was 2017.
But an ugly game.
Another missed over-under by a lot.
Yeah, we both had the over there. Utah is notoriously the best defensive team in the Pac-12, though, so not as surprising there. I don't know if I didn't see any of this game, so I'm not sure if weather played any factor or not, but we both had the over in this game, and it went significantly under.
I mean, there was 4 interceptions, 1 missed field goal.
Yeah, you're going to start to see a theme here on how terrible we were this week on the over-unders.
No, there's no theme.
Yeah, it's red.
Just Goonlocks.
It's red and not in our favor.
I like the colors, though. All green.
I was like,
That's kind of cool.
cheering on Mexico here.
Yeah, right. What's happening?
And then the last game we had TCU minus 2.5 at Baylor, undefeated TCU. 57.5 was the total. Stoy and I both thought that TCU would win this game. Both thought that they would cover the 2.5. Little did we know that they were going to run one of the most efficient Mayday field goals, which we'll touch on.
Yeah, that was hurty.
And do a little bit more in depth of what that takes. I thought the analysis during the game was poor.
Yeah.
You did see some coaches is where you really saw the analysis come into play of like having an expectation and stuff like that. So the coaches in studio understood what was going on.
Yeah, announcers seemed like it was chaos, basically.
Yeah, as much.
And it's not.
I still disagree with how they handled the clock.
I disagree with that.
But,
yes.
But you can
Correct.
tell they made a field goal and that they had done what they were doing before with a plan. And the coach after the game immediately said that was their plan. So kudos to them. Knocked in the game winner as time expired to escape there. So
to get us to 57 points.
Yes. Baylor gets the cover. TCU gets the win, and the game stays under 57.5, which we had.
Which is a bummer because we did the opposite. Yeah.
Both 4-4.
Yeah.
So way to go, us. And as we'll see here in our best bets, Stoy is going to win the tiebreaker because he threatened.
The champ is here! The champ is here!
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Well, here's the thing, though, is you threatened
Our former head coach?
live on air. Live on the air.
Did no such
The only reason
thing.
you won the game.
I know. I tried to do a cut
Live
up in time, by the
threads.
way, right after I couldn't do it. Live threats. He did it. He
They got it done. Eastern Michigan beat
got it done.
Kent State. They were
Upset
plus
Kent
235, and they got that win. So that is our ultimate tiebreaker for the top. So I have the shitty shot for college football, which does not happen very often.
No.
But starting up top, Stoy did take TCU over Baylor. I took Ohio over Ball State. Both of those hit. Stoy continued to sail with Navy, plus 16.5. Central Florida.
And they got the dub.
Navy
even better.
straight up won the damn game. And the Iowa Hawkeyes, the anomaly of college football, I had them at plus 2.5 from Minnesota. I did not have them giving up 400 yards basically of rushing and still somehow winning that game. They did prevail. We continued our trend of not knowing totals, which Stoy doubled down on one from up top. So USC, UCLA went under 75.5, and I had the Michigan, Illinois over 42.5.
It got to 36.
I got to 36 in some bad conditions. Poor weather reporting by me, or weather investigation.
It was a Tuesday.
Right. DGen pick. Stoy had Eastern Michigan, as we talked about. I had the Iowa State parlays. Iowa State
Didn't do it.
peed down their leg about as hard as you can. They had over 450 yards of total offense and scored 10 points against a
That's an issue.
bad Texas Tech team. Worst loss, Iowa State or Minnesota? Minnesota losing to Iowa with, I think it was 320 or 340 yards of rushing. To Iowa's like 70. Iowa State was 420 or 440 yards of total offense, 6 red zone possessions resulting in 10 total points.
Let's see.
So like
Minnesota had 11 more minutes of time of possession.
mm-hmm.
There was 312 to 59 in rushing.
Okay.
They had 2 turnovers, however.
At the end of the game.
Let's see. Their third down, they were 7 for 16.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Again, Iowa wins
Right.
in the most mysterious ways. Iowa finds a way to win that game 13-10.
Right. And then we go over to Iowa State. 13 minutes time of possession, 9 for 19 on third down, 422 yards to 246. Out passed them, out rushed them. Forced 3 fumbles. Got one of them.
No
Didn't
turnovers.
have any turnovers themselves.
Just turnovers on downs, 4 in the red zone.
Which
2
in a missed field goal.
2 missed field goals.
Oh. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, 2 missed field goals. 3 turnover downs, 2 missed field goals, a touchdown and a field goal. Those were their 7 red zone possessions. You lose the game 14-10. So, worst loss. I don't know. They're both really bad. So, I didn't deserve to win that because Iowa deserved to lose. Iowa State deserved to win, but
But you flipped it, so it's fine. Did they do enough for the defense to win the game.
Who?
Iowa State's offense.
No, I mean,
Quarterback. I'm leading into something with the NFL.
did they do enough?
Yeah. Did they let down their defense? See where we're going with it? Come on.
I do. Like, their coach did, though. Like, you can't. The Jets didn't have 422 yards of total offense.
That's also true. What happened? Yeah, you're right. But I was getting.
Well, yeah, I get it.
God, what did I do? Hello?
I think we're good.
Maybe. Yeah, we're good. Anyways, yeah. So that's what I was leading to. That'll be fun to a little chit chatty wrap. Let's
shitty shatter over there. Little double whip. Oh, a little peppermint guy.
peppermint. That'll be spicy along with a habanero.
Spicy meatball.
It's a one spicy meatball.
All right.
All right, so that's college football week 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Get into our
NFL week 11 started off with a banger. If you are a Packers fan, then no. Better yet.
Oh, this is perfect for the Packers, though. A long season down the toilet.
They are so bad. Just bad. I don't know what else to say. They're just not good at what some would deem football.
This is why I can't bet the NFL.
Also why you can't bet the NFL. No, absolutely not.
That Packers team put up 31 points against the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep.
On Sunday, the Sunday before, who just gave up 3 points to a top 3 offense in the NFL.
Yeah.
And you can say what you want about what you thought about the Vikings. The Vikings have put up points all year.
Yeah, we'll get to that. That's fine. But
just
this isn't
stupid NFL.
The Titans are better with Tannehill. We all knew that was going to come back. That there's no problem with that. But the Packers are the Packers. They are not good. They deserve to probably not win a game again. Don't know what their schedule is. Not even going to look it up because we don't have any resident Packers fans here. And all the Packers fans I know, like Wick and Billy.
This is how
because it's going to make me physically ill.
Yeah.
That's how you guys feel. So we get it. We understand. But this is where we're at with it. So overall, we Goonlocked on it, but that didn't happen because it decided to go over 41. So that's cool. Got to 44, but we both took Tennessee.
The damn Titans.
Yeah.
Scored 27.
Yeah, why are they scoring 27?
The Packers did exactly what we thought they would do.
Honestly,
the Titans just scored one more touchdown.
Correct, which they...
We had it as a 20-17 or 23-17 game. I think we talked about last week. So
and it got that last...
In my mind, we nailed it.
Yeah, well, I'm glad your mind. I'll go with your mind. That's fine. Then we get to the Bears-Falcons game. All my Bears fans out there... Wow. We, I don't know what to tell you about it, but I'm just going to say something. We have one of the worst defenses, and I'm not going to say we shut down Justin Fields, but he didn't rush for 100 yards. So proud of him. Proud for the defense to do exactly what they needed to do.
He was playing with a separated shoulder.
Yeah. You know how it got separated? Because he got his ass whooped
in like the first quarter.
Yeah, I know. It was awesome.
Right.
So he played well. I mean, I'm not gonna fault the guy. Just want everyone to know that the Falcons are better than the Bears.
If he's healthy in the second half, they win the game.
Nah, probably. Still don't have a quarterback who can throw the ball. That's cool. I'm not gonna show the clip later, but Pitts' knee.
Mm-hmm. No bueno.
Luckily, it only ended up being, I think, an MCL tear.
Still out for the season, though.
Yeah, and it most likely it was gonna be a hyperextension, or he's going to be out for the season most likely anyway.
Right.
I'm just glad it wasn't a full ACL. MCLs are easy to come back from, but that thing looked disgusting. Mm-hmm. I had people tweet me texting me going, I was like, yeah, I think it's blown. I'm just glad he's flexible because if it's our knees,
gone,
may never walk
forever.
May never walk again. So I took the homer picks with Atlanta under, and you went with Chicago over. Good news for you is that we pushed game-winning field goal by your boy Koo, and it got to 51 points.
Sure did. first over/under hit of the week.
I'll get there. Hey, I'll get eventually. Yeah, that's wow. We hit 4 total.
Mm-hmm.
That is
and I hit
5 total.
Yeah.
So we're doing well there. So Falcons still in it. 5 wins. They're still in the playoff hunt. Don't know how, but they overhit. So for all those that tuned in earlier this season and put the 100 plus 100 on the Falcons to go over 4.5, you're welcome. You're welcome for the money. You're welcome. All right.
It's too easy.
Floor.
Too easy.
Too damn easy.
Too easy.
Floor is yours now. With this next game that is.
Yeah.
I don't know. That wasn't a game. It was actually.
So all week we're questioning Dallas is 1.5 point favorites at the Vikings. Belief in the Vikings, but my biggest thing is like, even if you didn't believe in the Vikings, the Cowboys just came off a flat performance off a bye in Green Bay. Like, did we just think that the Cowboys were going to be that much more fired up, and to the tune of 40-3? Like, no. So, everybody's, there's a lot of Vikings haters in general. And that's fine. And a lot of the media likes to, they're paper tigers. All fine and good. In the NFL, you don't get beat 40-3.
No.
But with a 63% pressure rate on Kirk Cousins, they just, Minnesota abandoned the run in the first quarter and let Dallas do exactly what they wanted to do the entire game on both sides of the ball.
Legitimately what they're best at.
Mm-hmm.
Both sides of the ball.
If you would have told me that Dallas arranged a practice with a team and said, hey, we want our best attributes to come out, this is what we want to see from a script on both sides.
This would be the game.
Dallas would have drawn it up, sent it to Minute. They would have sent it to this team. The team would have dressed like the Vikings
and
then performed as they did on Sunday. Is the only way I can describe that game. I'm not taking more from it than it was a win that we needed because we gave the Packers game away.
Yeah.
And so therefore the Cowboys had a little bit more to play for than the Vikings in that game. And Dallas plays well at Minnesota.
That's true.
So maybe we should switch domes with Minnesota. For playoffs.
Maybe.
Like if
playoffs
both teams are in the playoffs,
just
Minnesota plays in Dallas plays in Minnesota. I think I might be onto something here.
Worked out with the Bills. They're playing the same stadium twice.
It would save a lot of heartbreak for the Minnesota fan base if they were to lose. Yeah. Then they wouldn't have to watch it again at home. Type of thing. So,
but for both sides specifically, this game didn't really tell me too much except for that they need to continuously feed Pollard. Mm-hmm. Just that's what I took from it.
And the Vikings need to cook the damn ball.
Yeah. So that's what we learned, but that's just how
both quarterbacks are above average. Cousins, Dak, very similar as far as overall. Do you want this one? Do you want that one? I can pick nits on either side. However, those two are best when their running game is.
They are not throw the ball 40 plus.
No, you want 30 and less. Yep. You want a 30-30. You want 30 carries and you want 30 passes basically in the game. And you want it to come within the flow of the offense. And both teams are capable of that, by the way.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Minnesota just decided to do what Dallas did the week before. Dallas just did it against a team they could actually compete with. And then in the Packers being as bad as they are, and just didn't get it done at the end. So I had Dallas and the cover of 1.5. You had Minnesota on both sides, and we both had the over, which – literally the only thing we needed to get the over was Minnesota to score 8 points. So
just score
on your I just want to poke it with a stick.
Just score. I don't whatever. Something. And I was Residents Vikings fan for the week. I promise you that's not gonna happen again. That I did learn.
You got burned.
I did learn. I learned.
That's fair.
I learned that's not gonna happen again.
So that
happened.
On to next week. Good win for the Cowboys.
Yeah, absolutely. Sunday Night Football. Chiefs, Chargers.
What a game. These two have played a lot of good games as of late since Herbert's come in. However, most of the time, he's not fully delivering.
No, he's not. I thought it was a good game. I actually thought it went better for the Chargers than anticipated.
Yeah.
But you left too much time on the clock ultimately, and Herbert decides to throw a pick.
Yeah.
That was it, really.
They definitely had time at the end to go down and get a field goal.
They did. The Chiefs had a lot of injuries, so
yeah.
I didn't really know that on Tuesday. Wouldn't have changed anything, I don't think, per se, but they're performing well, and they just look like who they are.
They actually ran the ball pretty decent. They had a 100-yard rusher for the first time maybe all season in Pacheco. So that was good for them. Kelsey went off at the end. I don't understand. Again, a lot of the NFL things that I don't understand come down to when one person and or scheme and or concept as a singular thing wins or loses a game at any level, but at the NFL level, it's like, guess who's not going to beat me? Travis Kelce.
He's not going to beat me.
No.
You can throw it to anyone else.
But we're going to cover him. Like, he scored the last 3 touches he had, or the last 5 or something like that, ended up being touchdowns. It's like, because he was in man-to-man coverage against a guy who I think played him fairly well for most of the night. But no matter what, like.
No, you don't do that. I also would have to go back. I didn't look at who they were then doubling or whatever.
No, they were just in man.
Yeah, but I mean, they didn't go man free.
Just trying to get the ball out of Mahomes' hands.
Not intelligent.
No.
At least double Kelsey and do it.
Over and over again. Right.
Would just not do that.
Or bracket him. All it was just crossing routes.
Which is what you're
not switching anything on.
Man 101.
Any zone
just
to
run it.
Try to, right. So, those concepts in the NFL are what baffle me, is like, when Green Bay shows you the blueprint to beat Dallas by running the ball 35, 40 times a game, Minnesota has the capability and then doesn't. This week, Kansas City has one receiver in Travis Kelce. They stop him all game. Then he scores a touchdown. Fine. Okay, next drive, we're not going to do the same thing.
Do it again.
Down the field they go. Same guy.
And again.
Okay, not the last time. For sure, we're not going to let him beat us. And it's not like he's like, we're just throwing jump balls up to this guy 1-on-3 and he's just going up. No, I mean, he's running crossing routes, beating a guy 1-on-1 with no help. And
scoring. And then just scoring.
Like, as an NFL head coach, like, there's too much technology and too many people to be able to pass this information on for those mistakes to continually get made. But it's every week in the NFL, so that's just so baffling to me.
Just happens. Monday Night Football, Niners, Cardinals. Wow.
In Mexico.
In
Mexico City.
Mexico City.
Did you see the altitude they played at?
No.
So they did a little thing before the game, and it was like, they showed, I don't remember whatever fields at sea level or whatever, and then they showed mile highs at like 45 or 5,200 or something like that. And wherever they played was at 72 or 7,300.
Oh,
so like it was like they did a little step ladder up the mountain type of thing. I was like, holy, okay,
all right, we're playing up there.
Obviously, not a problem for the 49ers. They played great. Arizona battled until they stopped battling altogether.
Right, and then
I don't know if that was just for that game, but there were 2 touchdowns they gave up late in that game that I'm not sure they would have gotten flags, let alone made tackles.
So,
and I just saw highlights. I had stopped watching the game at that point, but I'm like, oh my goodness, like we're making that's more than a business decision.
Yeah, we'll find out next week if they've just.
So I don't know if
given up.
Kingsbury has lost the squad there or what, but
hell, I don't know. He might have.
It was not good.
Let's just say his quarterback hasn't played since the new COD came out. Coincidence? I think not.
Sunday Night Football, we did both hit the overs in that. We missed Kansas City on the spread, hit them on the money line, and then the 49ers, we did the same. Hit them on the money line. 49ers more than covered the 8. Just dominated that game from all facets. You did hit the over because San Francisco just kept scoring. And I had the under on that game. Down below.
It didn't go well on this side. Best bets. I went with the G-Men. Wow, that was spanking.
Yeah.
I was going to ride them one more time just with Detroit, but they're done. They're done for me. You went with the Broncos. Still not 100% sure why, but hey.
They're playing the Raiders.
Yeah, well, the Raiders are a better football team.
I mean, I don't believe that. Because saying good or better for either one of those teams would be a lie.
Hey, sometimes it happens. I got the Panthers on the spread with Baltimore at plus 12.5. Boy, that was a
good thing Baltimore sucked too.
Good thing they forced that fumble late. I mean, that was it. You went with
that game was so bad.
The Jets to cover. Wow. One, I don't think I've ever seen a game won on a punt return for a touchdown, so that was cool. But the Jets have a problem, a little quarterback problem.
Yeah.
About a little one, I mean a big one. And I'm pretty sure he lost the locker room. He has not been named the starter this week either.
Right.
Yep. I don't know who their backup is. Is it
it's Flacco?
Flacco, which I think is a better quarterback. Anyways, so we'll see that. But when a quarterback, if you were ever asked as a quarterback who only scored 3 points and your defense let up basically only 3 points, except for a punt return, which is on special teams, and you were asked, did you let your defense down? What would be your response? Or even if you didn't mean it, what would be your response?
That was the answer he gave.
Yeah, he gave
for those.
No. Like that.
Moved on. That was exactly what happened. That was the interview question. That was how it was answered, and then it was moved on from.
Riddle me that one.
I don't have a problem if you don't say, I let the defense down. What I do have a problem with is no.
Yeah.
I don't care if you give me coach speak, player speak at that point of, we're all battling here together. Like,
fake something, please.
We're gonna look at these things. We're gonna get them fixed. Defense really held us together today. Great job out of them. Really wish we could have delivered late. Anything.
No.
We gave the answer of no. And so just a terrible look. Like the other side of it is like, yeah, I know I played like shit. I don't need to sit here and rehash the whole thing with you.
Say that.
But you got to give us something.
Because if not, you basically just...
And you're in New York, New Jersey. Like the media is going to just...
Right. But also now your defense just went.
Yeah. Right. That's what we got.
That's okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah. Good luck. That's just embarrassing.
Yeah, not a good look. Not a good look at all.
Not a good look at all. Over under, I went with Buffalo Cleveland 43.5 on the under. Really didn't think points would have been scored there.
That one is kind of that would have been a voided bet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they moved from 4 to 6 feet of snow into a dome.
Yep. And their line went from, I think it was like 3 or something with the snow to 6.5. Why didn't they play in the snow? I get it. But that was the only time it's going to happen in history.
Right. Would have
been awesome.
I had the Ram. They couldn't have played football.
They could not. I mean, they could have cleared it off, but there was no one in the stands.
Right.
So
you just couldn't. Yeah.
But so we get it, but it would have been so much fun.
Yeah,
so much fun.
Rams, Saints, that total was so low. It was 38.5. Took the over. I don't know what's wrong with the Rams. They're done.
They are bad.
Toast.
And Stafford has potentially another concussion.
Yeah.
At this point, just wrap it up. Yeah. Be done.
And D-Gen pick of the week, Stoy and the Jets and the Rams.
Missed. Incredibly bad.
Here you go. However, we did both hit a D-Gen pick of the week. I went with the favorite parlay.
The fave parlay.
The novice parlay of the week. A Buffalo, Philly, Cincinnati, Kansas City 4-team plus 225 parlay, which Philadelphia really tried to screw up.
They tried to lose that game
against Indianapolis. However, prevailed nonetheless, plus 225. And Stoy was 7-7 on the week. I was 8-6. Plus, I hit the tie break. So
here we are.
We will now enjoy our shitty shots together since this is what we have.
I got the sinuses.
Did it? Is it working?
Yeah.
Give it another one.
Well,
Just keep clearing.
I mean, no. Ultimately,
Drink
no.
till your
Drink till it
sinuses
don't
are
work
cleared.
no more. All right, there's the end of the recaps of the week.
Yeah.
Let's get into a little fun.
Much better than last week. Not great by any means, but much better than last week.
Much better. I'm just going to let everyone know that we're really good at action.
Yeah.
I'm just putting it out there. So you might want to learn a little bit there.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see where we started. What day is today? 22nd? All right. It's 14.
16th.
16th. All right. What is this one? Oh, this one's glorious. All right. For those who can't see it, Russ is losing his mind out there. He's using audibles from the Seahawks. The guys don't know the audibles. He's using code words that the guys don't know. That's what he's hearing from the inside the organization.
Reports from Denver.
Oh, man.
Do you think he's using like code words from COD? Like his
that would be
squad on
great.
COD, like they've got like
Which is probably Kyler Murray.
yeah, like
Yeah, that's great. I could see how, like, it's his first year in the system. I really could see how the hand signals for sure. Maybe some code words type thing. But this late in the season, though,
yeah, no, that's
that's a problem.
Right.
I get it. Game 1 or 2, maybe.
Yeah.
But you've had all off season.
right.
That's not good. That probably does not bode well for what you're trying to do and win football games. Broncos. Let's see if we. I'll make sure the sound's down. I don't want to get flagged for stuff again. All right. Little Zach Wilson. Game could have maybe been
You
different.
asked how he dropped it.
I know. Yeah, I know.
He plays defense.
Whoa. First of all,
That's simple. Simple question,
all,
simple answer.
clean pocket, has time,
Just doesn't
airmails the wide open guy,
It's all footwork.
and then this guy. I'm
Watch
pretty
the
sure.
angle where this ball comes out. His feet are dead. He just tries to sling it from the side. The ball's gonna raise it. Yeah, that's just footwork and
poor.
arm
defensive.
angle 101. I mean, that's what the ball's gonna do if you throw it like that.
Yeah, and that's what's gonna do if you try to catch the ball with your arms. Oh, look at that, a little Falcons clip.
Yeah.
Let's check it out real quick. Oh, all right, let's not.
Picture in picture.
Little picture in picture. Did that one on purpose. Here we go. Got to get back to your boy. Got to have him, give him props when props are due. So here you go.
Not his fault this week. They couldn't run the ball. He actually threw some very good throws in.
I'm glad you didn't say dimes or something. You can't do that with him. But
he made good throws when they needed to down the stretch. Didn't turn the ball over, and somehow allowed them to survive that game. But Spencer Petras, during Iowa's 4-game winning streak, 63 of 100, very easy math, 63%, 727 yards, 6 touchdowns, 1 turnover, which was a fumble. Just efficient. He's not doing anything crazy. He's throwing for 180-ish yards a game. That's what they need.
Yep,
on top of the
exactly
rushing
what they need.
game that was non-existent in Minnesota, which is what killed them. But they allowed their defense and special teams to win the game for them, and ultimately it did. So another week, another shout out. Black Friday game this week for them. Nebraska at home. Win that game, they will be playing the winner of the Ohio State-Michigan game for a chance to go to the Rose Bowl. And you can say what you want about any football teams. Every team in the country would love to have a chance to play Nebraska and have a shot to play for the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
There's like 3 teams in the country right now, 4 teams in the country right now that
They did it to us
would
again.
would not want to have that.
Right. They did it to us again. Can we just not do what we've been doing? Or have to look that up.
I just don't understand.
I don't understand either. All right, we'll just stick to the tweets. We'll get away from the videos,
Yeah, that's fair.
except for the final one of the kicks. Anyways,
Right.
but yes, you're right,
So
100%.
that's- I mean, I don't care how they've gotten there. Their offense is
They're
still
there.
not good.
Right.
And they're never going to catch
to be
up. Their defense is still number 1 overall in
And we-
yards per play.
We talked about this last week. They they would have been one of the favorites anyway going into the season. We've just harped on them because of how bad their offense.
Right.
That's really what it is. So,
but I mean, right now they should be a one-loss football team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even as bad as they've played, they should still only be a one-loss football team.
I don't think they'll bode well in the championship game.
No.
But we'll get to whoever that is at that point, but I don't think that's going to go well.
No. And I think, honestly, they'd rather play Ohio State than Michigan.
I agree. They match up better. All right, ESPN Dan Garzano reports that the Raiders could release Derek Carr after the season to avoid paying the final 3 years of the contract. I would imagine this could even put Devontae Adams back in play if it happens too.
Yeah. So
what do you think about that?
A lot of this play, like,
oops, I didn't cut to it.
Like rolled into a possible, like, basically swap of quarterbacks between Green Bay and Las Vegas. Now I don't know if that'll actually happen. So you have Carr go to the Packers. But I mean, I think Love's going to get a shot in Green Bay at the end of this year. So you're kind of no more.
He'll get a shot, but he's not going to do well.
I mean, both of those guys are not happy with their current situations.
Not even a little bit. All three of those guys. Let's throw Adams in there.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Packer, I was specifically referring to Rodgers and Adams.
Oh,
not Carr, who the tweet's actually about. Honestly,
it's really all three of them.
Really care less. Yeah. Derek Carr could be a solid quarterback. Like Derek Carr, I put him in with Cousins and Dak.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you get him in a system that knows what the hell they're trying to do. I think the guy's perfectly successful.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I agree.
Fortunately, he's been blessed with Las Vegas.
I agree. This one's super unfortunate. Obviously, we all know Tennessee got
throttled.
There are stronger words I want to use, but gee whiz, that's embarrassing.
Yeah,
it was still a blowout when he tore his ACL. Let's just put it that way. But
yeah, it had nothing to do with
it's bad to see.
Yeah,
that sucks. To end your season that way, now he's got to have surgery, which he probably already did, and now it's time to get after it because he's got to get ready for next year. He has to get ready for the NFL.
Yeah. Hendon Hooker had a great year, had a Heisman caliber year up to this point. Won't be a finalist now because of it. And Tennessee was in a driver's seat. Win 2 games you're supposed to win, and they're going to make the playoff by default because of the teams that were going to lose above them.
Yeah. So this caused some of the initial madness we'll speak about later. Absolutely. What do we got for this one? Did I send this one? I sent this one. Oh, it's not there. It's gone. This one was cool just to see. I wish I could zoom in. I don't know how to zoom in. This is a Mac.
No, this
but
is
if you
Notre
can't
Dame.
see it on the Notre Dame, don't worry about the score, okay? Look at the time. It says 13:30 something, and this is like at 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Difference. Isn't that insane?
Looks like a beautiful game.
I love it.
And all of a sudden, it wasn't a beautiful game anymore.
I love that.
Game was out of hand, as it were, but
but that's awesome.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, if you're down by 44 at this point, you're not coming back. I don't care if you were going to. You never were at 44.
I don't know. I think if they would have started the game in the snow, Notre Dame, you can't even see them. So maybe they would have done better because Notre Dame couldn't see them. They were it was like Boise State playing on the blue.
Oh, all right. What is? Oh, this one's great. A little bit of golf. Don't know if you guys were knowing that the LPGA is playing, but
we're gonna go with like LBG.
It went that way. I don't know why. You have to be in a dark place with your short game to pull a putter from here. Where this doesn't slope hard like this. Like there is still area over here where it could funnel out.
Where's the pin?
The pin is right here. Where
are you sure it doesn't slope that way? Where did this ball end up?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the follow. I don't have the next.
I do like the comment down below because I think exactly the same thing.
That looks a lot different. That's totally different.
That's not the same putt.
That can't be the same. That's not close to the same.
No.
That's not it. Nope. Okay, we're not gonna find it.
All right.
I should have done a little more research.
That's all right. My thing is
unless she putted it to here and then putted it in.
Well, because it does look like it slopes like once it gets up there, a little left or right.
Are we sure it's not the same?
No, there's no way she's that close to the hole.
But I'm saying, is that the same bunk? I have no idea. What hole does that say? No, different. That's a par 5.
Yeah, there's not even bunker.
But yeah, how would you how bad? Like, how do you have to feel with your chipping right now to not chip that somehow, some way?
I mean, one, I don't know how her chipping was
I don't either.
As a golfer, though, like I do know.
If I got the yips.
I mean, we did see down below. She made one from off the green earlier.
Confidence.
So like we know that the Texas wedge, as they call this, putting from long off the green, is in play on this course. Also, the comment down below is if you're a 15 plus handicapper, you should do this every time. Meaning that, which she's not, but meaning that you're going to get the ball on the green with the putter.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You are maybe 60% of the time, 70% of the time as a 15 handicapper going to get the ball on the green.
Yeah.
So like you say what you want, comment how you want.
Absolutely.
However, I'm going to trust the professional here that whatever shot
she saw something.
She took this club out of the bag as a 2 or 3 club option. She probably looked, can I go high? Can I go low? Can I putt?
And how am I feeling?
Correct. And how have those clubs been?
Yeah.
Generally speaking, and how do I feel about those clubs? But
She's
that is a crazy line.
Because she can't, even if it slows back this way, you can't hug this because
it's got to go left off that bunker anyway. So it's got to go left and then hard back to the right just to be anywhere near
this is going to push, and then it has to go super hard. I wish we had the video of it.
And then my other question is,
research
was
department
it significantly downhill? Which it looks uphill to me.
It looks uphill to me.
So which would
does not make it
land
easier.
Also towards a chip.
Yeah.
Instead of a putt. So
she
hard to tell. But
I love the context of this, right?
Yes.
I'm not doing that because I'm scared shitless of me pushing it into that because that's
that you're gonna putt it in.
Oh, I'm gonna put it right in there. I will push it up. Long putts for me,
fair.
I push and it's going directly in that bunker. I would chip this 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Even if I had to pull out probably an 8 or a 9, I would still do that over the putter.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where I'm at with that. But we have to bring in golf, sprinkling golf every now and again. What is this one? We can't show her video again.
No, but she posted.
If you do not follow her,
this week
you are doing.
She was grinding this week too.
Yeah, she was.
Oh my goodness, she was just throwing them left and right.
So you gotta follow her. We don't get paid by her. They're not sponsored.
Right.
She's hilarious. Yep. And this is hilarious as well. This is ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Have you ever been in a football game like that? That had nothing to do with weather. Let's put it that way. The weather was windy, yes, but not.
I mean,
have you ever played that bad?
Hard to recall. Dare I say, maybe? Like I feel like maybe
one stick to college,
like a Dayton game.
Maybe
when you go play
cold
at Dayton,
and windy and shit.
When we played on it, it was the original turf.
Oh, you guys had the ridge. Yeah, we didn't have that.
Like so, we're talking turf here, folks.
Like the carpet.
The kids. Turf. The kids won't know what we're talking about.
No, they think turf is the nice grass stuff.
Yeah, the soft tire based. No, we're talking about like
actual
AstroTurf.
AstroTurf. Google it, by the way.
And then they played on an open, like where Dayton Stadium is just basically wide open. And so if it's 10-mile-an-hour wind wherever you're at, it would be 25-ish at Dayton. And so no matter what, when you went there, it was a crosswind almost 100% of the time. Just a terrible place to play.
I really hope I can find it real quick. Oh, no, of course, they're going to give all the good stuff. Yeah. Anyways, I'll pull up. I'll pull up AstroTurf, though, for the youngins.
Yeah.
AstroTurf. None of this can do it justice. Wow, they now call that AstroTurf on Google. Mm-hmm. What the?
I got your AstroTurf.
We can't even get it. Where is it?
Right. Like you and I used to play like in the Unidome.
That was
used to be AstroTurf, so we played in AstroTurf there.
Oh, here we go. Here it is. Oh, I got to cut to it.
I mean,
big picture it.
Kind of.
Tough.
Oh, here we go. What AstroTurf was like in the 90s.
Okay.
Basically just carpet with...
It's carpet. It's carpet. But, I mean...
With concrete underneath.
With concrete underneath.
Very thin carpet pad.
But anyways, so maybe then?
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
9 completions?
Yeah, I mean, possibly. Like, I mean, we also weren't throwing the ball 35 times a game.
No, you...
It would have been like 9 for 23 type of thing. Like...
This is bad in the NFL.
I just don't want to act like...
It doesn't happen?
It doesn't happen.
No. I'm
but at
going
the same
to.
point,
Like, I'm going to harp hard on this guy because he's.
what were Mac Jones' numbers?
Oh.
This was a 3-3 ball game. So let's not
great
let him,
defense.
I just
great
I don't want to let Mac Jones off the hook.
Okay. That's fine. Fine. I'll pull it up.
And maybe he deserves
we'll
to be
get
let
at
off the hook, but without knowing.
Okay.
Because I feel like
23 for 27, 246 yards.
okay. How did they only score 3 points?
I don't know. Let me check it out. A lot of punts, field goal, missed field goal,
So
downs.
that tells you a lot about the win right there.
Yeah, I mean, the wind was ridiculous.
Missed field goals.
A couple of the missed field goals were one took a 90-degree angle.
Yeah.
So that's tough to throw in, but not for
Okay.
someone who could throw a spiral or not overthrow his receivers when he has good form.
Which that's fine.
So
No, that
9 to 24.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, and like 23 for 27, so it's not like he was 23 for 40.
No, it was accurate.
Yeah. So he.
Yeah.
But they were also probably throwing 6 to 8 yard passes.
That's fine. Again, we can't. This one you won't. Oh, I can stop the video so we don't get in trouble. But
It's too late.
It's too late. We're in trouble. Let's check. Guess we get in trouble for it.
Oh, that's right.
We're separate buffering. That's fine.
That's all right.
It's
We're pretty
because
buff.
of the videos. So you had posted this one, so I want you to give me why you sent this in the chat.
So we've talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked about this. Justin Herbert gets all of the accolades with very few of the setbacks or criticisms of young up-and-coming quarterback who hasn't won anything.
Yep.
And that's the key. Hasn't won anything. Now,
I was even cut to that. That's funny.
Emmanuel, is it Acho?
Manuel Acho.
Acho says Justin Herbert is a social media quarterback. Completely agree. If Tua or Hurts had thrown a game-losing interception with 2 timeouts, plenty of time to go down and get a field goal, we wouldn't hear the end of it. Now, I read this multiple ways.
Well,
First way is that I read it as a correct statement in Justin Herbert is
based on words.
Yes,
Direct words.
Overrated into
Correct.
winning games or not making losing types of plays at the end of the games. Like if Mahomes had thrown a interception at the end of the game, if Kirk Cousins had thrown the interception at the end of the game, like let's say Herbert did or Kirk Cousins and let's say the Cowboys game is close.
He throws a pick at the end of the game.
And Cousins throws a pick at the end of the game.
I'll be all over his
that
ass.
dude would have got
all
murdered.
over him. Oh, absolutely.
So Cousins is not mentioned in here, which I'll let you bring up that point because I think there's another undertone here as well. But I think that Herbert has been, because his stats are so prolific for number of starts, number of yards, number of completions, completion percentage, like all of those things are great. But like the guy he's a stat stuffer in the NFL.
Absolutely.
In a pass happy NFL, he's a stat stuffer and not a proven winner.
Except for when it matters.
Right, but even when it mattered, like he's got some fourth quarter comebacks and stuff like that. But like when it mattered, like he still hasn't.
By the way, he's above average. He's not a bad quarterback.
Right. However, he does not get the criticism. You will very rarely hear any criticisms even from the analysts who are overcritical of quarterbacks in general. This guy doesn't get picked. He does not get picked on.
And what Acho is saying here, a lot of it is because strong arm, these crazy throws. Right. But I want to be the point that you're telling me to make is there's one specific. We just follow him. Yeah. Specific point is he mentioned these quarterbacks on purpose. This isn't a statement that he just randomly threw out. He's not making this based upon just random names that came to mind.
Right.
Now, because there's a difference between these three.
Yeah.
Actually, really just these two. One.
Right.
And knowing Acho and what if you follow him on social media and things like that, the race comes into play. He talks a lot about the Rooney Rule. He even talks about black quarterbacks in general. And I'm not alluding to the fact that this is solely what he was talking about. I don't actually. I actually fully agree with what he's talking about.
Right.
But he did this on purpose. This isn't by accident. He didn't say Kirk Cousins like you mentioned.
Right.
He didn't pull that up.
That would be, I mean, exactly. Like, the only other thing would be like if you wanted to throw Dak in there.
Young quarterbacks.
The thing with these two is that these two guys are going to be close to his class and have not. They also have not earned it. So to me, like, he's looking at guys that are on the same level.
Agreed.
With now, Tua's been hurt. Hurts struggled a little bit, and then but now Tua and Hurts are having their best years of their careers.
Correct.
However, if they were to go do something like that
next week,
or
even if Philly would have lost this week,
it would be look at what Tua can't do.
Correct.
Look at what Hurts can't do or is incapable of leading his team because in the fourth quarter or whatever.
Correct.
And I think that's the overall thing that
absolutely.
Herbert, that's why he specifically is singling out Herbert, because Herbert he never has.
No, not
compared to anyone. Compared to
also, by the way, not
don't
college.
You remember, like when they
college?
were trying to tell us either earlier this year or late last year when Mahomes was struggling that Herbert had surpassed Mahomes.
Yeah, which is
without winning a damn playoff game
because Mahomes was struggling.
And that's all fine and good. Because there was the argument of like, if you could draft him right now, we're going to draft Herbert. And it's like,
no, you're not.
You guys won't.
No, you're not.
You're going to make him win a game?
Mahomes won a Super Bowl.
Right.
But again, that comes back to
Right. But that's the
point,
though, is like you can't. The other guy that you can throw in to that is Burrow. But Burrow actually won some playoff games at least.
Correct.
But he also is not a guy that gets. I mean, you don't ever, when they started.
When they were awful early
this year.
And he threw like 6 picks.
Did you ever
He got sacked 7 times.
Right. It was offensive line.
His receivers or blah, blah, whatever.
Right. And
so you have to point it out.
Right.
He didn't go hard on that because it's not fully that. This is a lot of it.
Right.
And I love the point. They get a little more into that is stop trying to be a social media quarterback.
Right.
Like you have these big throws, but when it matters, get it done.
But I mean, Herbert's also not a talker.
No, not a social media quarterback in terms of they're the social media president.
No, it's the
social media blows up.
Always has his back. It seems. Yeah. So definitely.
Good point. That was a fun one to speak about. This debacle. This is just hilarious.
So
I thought when you sent this, I read it 3 times.
Yeah.
I read it once like, oh shit. I read it again as, did it come from a source that matters? Then I read it again as, this is fake.
Right. And then when you reread it, the source is trying to make a valid attempt. 5 minutes later, he gets called out. Oh. I didn't post that.
No. And I think today or yesterday,
Lane Kiffin
even came out.
Direct responded.
Direct him. Yep.
Within 5 minutes. This is news to me. Basically, posted pictures of him reading history of Ole Miss type of thing. Like, just attack the guy. And then all of social media started ripping the dude.
Yep.
So I don't know John Sokoloff, but John Sokoloff made a false report or a very
or very, very premature
report, and then got
eviscerated,
stonewalled.
It was bad.
So Lane Kiffin is not going to Auburn as of right now.
Time will tell, but I don't think so.
And I don't know. My thing was like, why would Lane Kiffin leave Ole Miss for Auburn?
I was confused on that.
I was like, it's not.
No.
There's not any difference.
No, but all right, here we are. This is the one that made me smile, laugh, cringe. I mean, everything that could happen, I had the feelings. But I need you to tell me, have you ever been pressured, one, and we didn't have the stats, we didn't track this, but like, have you ever felt a third of your snaps that you were getting, just third of your passings, you were getting pressured? Have you ever felt that?
One game that like comes to mind is like we played in Morehead State, I want to say either junior or senior year, and they had a couple of really good corners to where, unfortunately, we didn't have any breakout receivers. We had a good we had a lot of good possession receivers. And so therefore, like our offense was based on being on time, be able to run the ball, pass the ball efficiently, and move the ball down the field. Morehead State just locked up on the outside and basically ran either cover 1 or cover 0 and just
took it all away.
So the reason this game is very vivid is a majority of my family had traveled to Morehead, Kentucky. And Morehead, Kentucky leaves a lot of room for jokes.
Oh, yeah.
Sexual innuendo.
Yeah. The legit name is Morehead. And by the way, the place is beautiful in the fall.
Right.
But it's not big. It's not.
No. So, yeah, it was a fairly beautiful fall day.
Our fifth year, when I was hurt, their workout facility was still a shed with rusted weights.
Right.
And this is 2011.
It's the only public school, or at the time was the only public school in, only public school in the PFL. Everywhere else, there might have been one other one.
It didn't matter.
But
okay,
like,
back to
I mean, that's why, like, there's just not the funds there, whatever. But they owned us on this day. We got beat something to 0. 35-0, 37-0. Doesn't matter. Whatever it was. But my family made me a T-shirt for Christmas that year that was like, you remember the MasterCard priceless. Yep. And so it was like, tickets,
right?
Free, like, traveling to with family, and it was like getting your ass kicked by Morehead, 49-0, priceless. And like, it was on a blue T-shirt with a yellow, like, it was a homemade, handcrafted shirt. So like, when I see this, and I honestly, I don't know, but like, I don't even know that it was pressure more than just like every throw was contested. Yeah. But that's like, when I see this, that's the nightmare I relive. So
back to it. Kirk Cousins faced 63% pressure rate last game against the Cowboys, who just lit him up. For reference,
7 sacks.
You guys might remember the Super Bowl in 2020, Chiefs Bucks. Sadly, didn't go the way I anticipated. Mahomes is running for his absolute life with that torn apart O-line.
What is pressure rate?
Pressure rate. That's a good point. I don't know the actually direct definition, so I'm going to Google it. But I do know it is when you force the quarterback off their spot, essentially, to simply put. And I'll pull up the actual, can't type, definition for you, because I don't care what the actual definition is. How often the defender is able to get into the backfield and have an unabated path to the quarterback?
So basically, no one between defender and quarterback, and you're moving, and the quarterback doesn't get a chance to deliver the ball.
We've always said get the quarterback off the spot. That's pressure.
Right. Yep.
And 37.5 was the Super Bowl, and we all knew.
That's so absurd.
That number's absurd.
Yeah.
63%, 2/3 of the time. That is astonishing. Especially because they didn't run the damn ball. So like,
that's what causes that.
But which causes it? The score causes that. A lot of things cause that, but that is atrocious. Will that continue? This is the biggest question of that game for me. Will this high number continue? Can teams get the Vikings to get to pass happy? I don't know.
Can the Vikings
run the ball
against an 8-man front, though? Because you're not getting. I mean, the Cowboys brought people.
Oh, yeah.
Every time. And so that means that you weren't setting yourself up for Jefferson winning one-on-one.
Correct.
Again, followed most of the game on Gamecast, so don't know what this looked like. Like, was Cousins just holding onto the ball waiting for something to happen? Like,
no, I watched
you're not going to get a pressure on a fade route.
I watched the first half. It was
like quick slant, fade. Like, were we not like the. So
but they didn't run the ball,
right? And so when the defender knows a quick pass is coming, they're going to play in ways that they know how to defend one of two passes that are going to be coming because it's a quick pass. Minnesota's probably going to be a little bit stubborn in the fact that they've trailed in games, so like stick with the game plan. However, if running the ball was never part of your game plan, then you're going to continue to get a high pressure rate. And 63%, that's got to be the highest of the year, I would think, for any team in the NFL. I don't know how that.
I mean, he only attempted 23 passes.
So that means that 16 of 23 passes.
Cook had 11 rushes.
Or what? 14 of 23 passes, basically.
11. He had 11.
So he had nine passes where he didn't have pressure.
Right. It went. This is how they opened the game, which is insane. Cook, sack, fumble. Okay. So we're 1 for 1.
Yep.
Right. Then they decide to go pass, run, pass, run, pass, run, pass, field goal.
Oh, good drive.
2 penalties by the defense.
Yeah.
That's what really did that. Run, pass, run, sack. Okay. That's the first
to run the ball
quarter.
there.
That's the first quarter. Pass, run, pass. 3-0. Pass. False start. Sacked. Pass. 4th and 23 punt.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it started.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, they were only down 20-3.
Mm-hmm.
It's the second quarter.
Right.
They just bailed. And that's where this stuff happens. So incredible.
On the game
just incredible.
Look at your computer, please.
Oh. I didn't move any closer by the time I registered. Okay. Next one.
Did I send it?
Yeah.
I did send it.
Oh.
So this is the letter from Lane Kiffin to. So he found out John Sokoloff is WCBI News in Starkville, Mississippi. Is a lead anchor there, it appears. And he made a letter that said he was switching to the competitor, WLOX, claiming no sources, basically, and that a job has not been offered to anyone. Basically just filling in the blanks of
this. I love this.
And that was
Great.
completely warranted. Like,
absolutely. By the way, you sent a lot this week, but that was great.
Yeah, I ran into a lot of good stuff.
Vikings are 8-2 with the net points of -2.
So here's my problem with this is that they were -37 this week.
Correct.
But
nonetheless,
the Jags
plus 11
are plus 11.
And then 3-7.
That was the more surprising stat for me.
Yeah, and then this all 8-1 NFL teams since 1970. This says a little more to it, because I believe this was 8-1, so this is pre-Dallas, regardless.
Yeah.
So take Dallas out of it. 8-1 teams.
I mean, that's the paper tiger argument there.
Yep, absolutely is. You're not wrong. That's what everyone's up in arms about. Again, little pause that. Go her.
That's my girl. She's probably my Twitter crush.
Absolutely, she's amazing.
I love Paige.
Yeah,
but
Paige takes it to
she's trying to be loved.
Yeah.
And he's just girl next door. You just love because of the talent. So
you need to follow.
I gotta have my Annie every week, and I do. The only thing that I hold against her, she's a Packers fan, but she embraces the suck of being a Packers fan, and really posts about that as well.
I actually had that on the wrong thing. Sorry, you guys didn't get all those pictures, so I'm gonna do it now. Apologies with the board and stuff, but follow Annie Agar, please. Do that. Her will be in her actually YouTube channel.
We're not even following her
in our description. No, that's me.
Oh, okay.
It's me. Which I don't know why I'm not, but I am now.
We figured it out.
But her in our description, she will be in there as well in the YouTubes as we go. So
very good.
All right, here we go. Oh crap. Red is good. Red is good. Green is bad.
I don't know. Are you sure?
All right. News is over.
Yes.
While you prep the college football for the week, I'm going to look up when they're actually releasing the college football playoffs.
Oh, yeah. Very good.
because last week was stupid.
Do you want to talk a little bit about the chaos of college football first, or do you want to wait until the end?
That all depends on
the release.
How did I find that last week?
Should just be ESPN, I would think.
I thought so too, but last week it just popped up and yelled at me. This week is less fortunate. 6, 7 Eastern. There it is, ESPN. All right.
Well, let's wait then.
Let's wait because that's
fine.
Yeah, we'll burn through this.
So we'll get into the picks for the week. Gosh, you really stretched this week.
What else was I supposed to do?
Well, I was going 2 games, and then I was going to throw the Nebraska-Iowa game in there simply because you're from Nebraska and I'm from Iowa.
I thought so too.
So I was not calling the Tulane Cincy game or the Notre Dame.
I went with ranked teams. We can get rid of them. I don't really care. I was going to do the same.
Do you want to pick the Tulane Cincy game?
No.
Okay.
No.
We're taking it out then.
Because first of all, let's talk about it. Cincy at -2.5. Take Cincy. Okay.
Right.
There's whatever.
Yeah, you did.
Caught it though. See those hands? Because defenders have hands. I maybe have played offense most of my life, but rest of my career.
I'm putting the Nebby game in. We're getting that Black Friday game in there.
Isn't it at Nebraska this year?
Nope, it's at Iowa. Senior day.
Oh, I went there one year. It was awesome. Let's go ahead and get the college football. Get the up to date. By the way, you got to pick Ohio again tonight.
You want to pick the Oregon State game?
I mean, the only reason I put it in there is because it was top 10.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not going to have.
It's irrelevant to the playoffs.
Neither team's going to make the playoffs. I'm taking it out. All
right. It is -10.5 and 38.5. You're right.
All right, so we're not going to start there. We'll sandwich that one.
Yeah.
We will start with.
There's a legit game of the week.
Right, but we're going to end with that one.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so we're going to start with the Fighting Irish, who have recovered.
Oh yeah.
From a loss to, was it Marshall, or did they lost to?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
At home. Marshall at home.
But they've been doing some upsets since.
Yeah. Have been playing good football. Freeman's been riding the ship there.
If you don't
South Bend,
if you don't lose a couple of those games, you might be in this thing.
Notre Dame, currently ranked 13th.
Yeah, correct.
Overrated.
Well, duh.
Traveling to
USC,
the Rose Bowl to play USC.
A lot of history there.
Number 5 USC. Quickly moving up the ranks, and if USC wins out, they will be in the college football playoff. That's just a fact.
Now it's a fact.
Since Tennessee lost
because of the craziness.
USC is, in my mind, only 4.5-point favorites. As you look at this as well, this is pretty much a pick'em game. The only reason, the 4.5 is basically USC playing at home, and the total is 56.5.
We got 5.5 on DraftKings and 64.5. I'm gonna recheck the.
Oh, excuse me, that is not correct. I moved the game. It's 63.5 on FanDuel, or was earlier today.
Yeah, let me double check real quick. Get me to the night game. 64.5, 5.5
on
FanDuel
as well.
Yep,
both those moved just this afternoon.
Yeah.
Both those moved a point then.
They sure did.
Which I have no problem with. Because
why would you?
I would have been on the.
Why would you?
Been on both of those. That makes sense. That's where. Notre Dame, they've righted a lot of wrongs.
Playing good football.
Defense played well against Ohio State early in the season, so that's been the stronger of the two units. Absolutely. Offense has turned a corner.
Yeah, yes, right. They are better than they were. They improved,
and they've had to be. But
USC,
you're traveling across the country to play USC.
USC is thinking about one thing at this point.
Right. You got to win this football game. It's a home game. If USC's traveling to Notre Dame, I'm going to take some pause there to.
Yep. but not at home.
You absolutely have to win this football game.
And they will.
Lincoln Riley, I think, has got the troops rallied there. I think we're both on USC finding a way to win this game. Do you think USC covers?
Yeah. Yep. I don't have a problem with that at all.
I do as well. I just don't think Notre Dame has the offensive firepower to stay up with them.
Where I'm at with it's got to be under. I don't think Notre Dame can stay with them, but I also don't think USC is going to win 58 to.
You know what? One of us is going to do decent on the over-unders this week, damn it.
Yeah. Or we're both going to be bad.
64.5, USC playing football. I'm just, at this point, USC scoring in the 40s, and there's no way that they're giving up less than 20. So I'm going over. That's just how they play football.
That's fair.
So I'm going over. 64.5 is the number. Both Stoy and I have them covering 5.5 against Notre Dame, and Stoy's on the under of 64.5. Next game, we just threw in
a little state rivalry
discussion. Nebraska, who has struggled to some tough losses, and also
lines stay the same.
Changed coaches. Just an up and down roller coaster of a year. 10.5 point underdogs at Iowa on Black Friday, Senior Day, in Iowa City. 38.5 is the total.
Still there on FanDuel.
Damn, just
no
laughable.
Points.
Just laughable.
But tradition with
what these two
Iowa
teams
football
may bring to the.
It's the exact same on DraftKings
field on Friday afternoon. Like we talked about, Iowa wins this game no matter how ugly it is.
They'll win it.
They're the Big Ten West champions. No victory by any other team at this point in the Big Ten West can change that. Last week that was a different story, and there was a couple teams who came close to upsetting the apple cart for the Hawkeyes. However, Iowa found a way to get it done against Minnesota, and Illinois did not find a way to get it done against Michigan.
They should have.
Yeah,
that was ridiculous.
Really,
oh man, the Michigan and TCU play calling was
miserable,
ferocious.
Yep. That's why I was trying to figure out when you wanted to talk about that, because that's part of the chaos was
just
teams
so
that
bad.
should have upset teams that didn't as well. However, 10.5 points for Iowa is a lot.
That's a lot of points.
That means they have to beat someone by 2 full touchdowns.
I'm begging to differ if there's 10 points
field goals
scored total. I could see a 10-3. Does Iowa get to 17?
The weather's not supposed to be bad here this weekend, is it? Yeah,
No, but
44.
Nebraska played very well against Wisconsin last week.
Yeah, how many points did they score?
But they didn't. Let me.
How many points scored in that?
Before I put my.
How many points scored in the Wisconsin-Nebraska game?
Let me double check and triple check. It was 15-14. Okay. And Wisconsin had to go score a touchdown with like 30 seconds left to win it.
They did.
A touchdown. So we're talking about 14-8, like in the end of the game. And we know Nebraska won't be able to score much because Iowa's defense. I'm just saying.
It's got to be an under.
Damn it. I'm just saying. I'm picking the under as well. And if it goes over, more power to you.
Right.
And it's because Iowa got to 24.
Even 21-17 is still 38. And I don't see either team getting more points on either side of the coin than that.
The only way Iowa's defense or special teams scores twice is the only way.
Yeah, but even if they score 31, that means Nebraska's not scoring more than 7.
Yeah, I don't see.
So it's 31-7 if they score twice.
The pure max I see Nebraska getting to, and I'm saying they play perfect. They even get a turnover. I'm saying 10 points. Like that is their.
Then we're both going under on that.
That is their. Yeah, and Iowa's guy was going to find a way to win the ball game. Is what it is. However, wouldn't be surprised if Nebraska won. It's just this is one of those games where I will win.
20-10.
Yeah. Cool. I can see
Iowa's
all over that.
Iowa's not covering,
and it's under. Like, I 100% see that.
Yeah, we're both on Iowa. We're both on the under.
And
Is Iowa covering that spread?
No, they're not.
No.
They're just not. Have they covered? I would love. I'm gonna look that up.
What are the Hawks?
What are they against the spread?
They have the Hawks in a 27-3 rout.
Route. Hawkeyes football ATS. All right. Let's see what it is. It's taking so long to load because it's like I don't know how to statistically do this math. Why are you taking so long? No thanks. Well, gee whiz, there's a lot of stats there.
Yeah.
Why is there so many? I just want the overall all games. They're 7-4.
Huh?
Well,
Right.
it's because a lot of those they were not favorites, and
I don't know.
but yeah, at home, let's see. As home team, they're 3-3. Home favorite, they're 2-2.
Perfect.
So
Yeah.
there's my stat.
So we both have Iowa. We both have the under 38.5. You have Nebraska covering the 10.5. I have Iowa in a low-scoring rout.
Two scores by the defense.
Because like
or special
17-3 would be a rout.
Absolutely would.
Right. If they got to 20, watch out.
It's going to be 10-3 fourth quarter and
Yeah.
a block punt for 17.
Right.
And I'm going to laugh
And then
next
an
week.
interception return for a touchdown.
Yeah, just something ridiculous.
Because in Iowa's defense against Minnesota, they did have an interception return for a touchdown that didn't get blown
I
dead.
really wish we would have had that.
You can't see enough in the clip to show the whole thing.
That's fair.
The referee, after the play, decides that he was going to blow it dead. And so that's what brought the play back.
Yeah, I saw that.
Because he never actually blew his whistle.
I was going to.
I mean, that's had to be what he said. Because if you watch the video, he never blows his whistle and he never waves his hands until the guy's in the end zone. And so, therefore,
let's not go back to the refs.
reviewable.
The refs are just
Doing whatever the hell they want. Whenever they want.
It's not great.
And game of the week. We've been talking about it for like a month. Maybe the whole damn year.
Michigan tried to F it up badly last week. They don't deserve to win that game. They don't deserve to be the game of the week.
Ohio
this week.
State didn't do much.
No, they didn't either. They did better though.
I mean, that's a second half.
Yeah, but
Yeah, Michigan
my question here
fooled
is
around with Illinois. And
this is the problem for me. Is Corum got hurt.
yeah.
And there's no update yet, and it's Tuesday. Him in this game matters. Now, I think Michigan still they have horses, so let's not get crazy. But Corum is he's a difference maker.
Though. Yeah.
And that changes the prospects of this game for me if he's not in. I'm gonna go with the tune he's in. He's gonna be hobbled.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have another way to put it, but I'm gonna go with that he is playing.
Okay.
We have to go along.
I think
with
he's going to play. I mean,
First of all, he's going to play.
Here's the thing:
unless
like
he's
he was
hurt.
out in public, delivering like turkeys and stuff like that. And granted, I know he's just walking around, whatever. But if he was hurt enough to where like they were
In a
uber
He would have
concerned,
been booted.
well, and his ass wouldn't have been out in public
yeah.
delivering turkeys.
Also, would be in public.
Yeah. So I mean, you can say what you want about that. We got a lot of guys in Michigan jerseys that can dress up and go out and deliver turkeys. So,
Correct.
especially the week before,
I really wish this wasn't
the two teams who won't name each other play.
the two teams that won't name each other. I really don't like how this is an 11 o'clock game. Personally,
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me either. But
What
it's
else?
at Ohio State. Ohio State is a 7.5 point favorite, and the total is 56.5. Michigan can't throw the ball.
do they need to?
I don't know that they need to, but if I'm Ohio State, I've got enough athletes to play cover one.
Okay, fair. That's fair.
Cade McNamara beat me.
Can they stop the run with a full box? That's what's going to come down to.
Yeah.
But I also don't think Ohio State's going to go out here and score 40.
No.
I
I think we're both on the under this week.
Yeah.
Or on this game.
I can see a 27-24 game type thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking Michigan to cover that spread.
Okay.
It's going to be a close match for me. Money line's tough. I want Michigan to go,
Yeah, I don't.
but I picked Ohio State to the playoffs. So
The Corum injury and watching
that's tough.
how one-dimensional Illinois made Michigan really concerned me.
My other thing is though, did they pull we'll never know this. This is what happens.
But even if
rivalry.
Corum's 100%,
If he's 100%, I'm riding Michigan.
you're riding Michigan to win.
Yeah, I got Michigan across the board. If he's 100%.
I don't think that Michigan can beat Ohio State, specifically at Ohio State, without the ability to have 5 to 7 dynamic plays through the air, and I don't think that Michigan can do that.
I just
That's
don't think they need
solely my, why do I think this team will win? CJ Stroud will make 5 to 7 plays through the air or with his feet that Cade McNamara cannot make.
Absolutely.
Blake Corum cannot make up the difference
In that?
with the O-line. Now, is this a knockdown, drag-out type of game in first half? I think absolutely. I would take whatever the under is in the first half. I think this is a feel-out first half. Ohio State has struggled in the first half a lot of the year.
Right.
Michigan even has a little bit.
Absolutely.
With teams, and both teams have been stronger in the second half. However, I think game plan becomes huge, and I think that as long as weather is not a factor, which I haven't seen that it's going to be, that Ohio State just has more playmakers than Michigan does.
They do. Oh, boy.
Rainy?
52, rainy, and 9 miles an hour wind.
Okay, so that's on Friday.
No, that's on Saturday.
52 rainy. I mean,
The
depends on what
temp's
the rain
not
is.
really a
52 is not a.
but the low's
So
46.
it depends on how hard it rains.
That's what it.
Yeah, the harder it rains, the more that favors Michigan.
Ooh-wee.
Where are you going?
Ooh-wee. Oh.
It's okay, Ryan. I'll put Ohio State in for you.
Oh, that's tough. My gut says nothing. My heart wants one thing, and my brain says the other.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna coin flip it. I'm legitimately just gonna go to the coin flip. All right.
Flip.
Tails never fails, baby. And tails will be Michigan.
Tails has to be Michigan. There it is.
You
All
can't
right.
see it, and I won't be able to zoom in for the camera, but it's tails.
Michigan.
I could have done
Michigan.
Could have done that.
And the under for Stoy, Ohio State, and the under for me.
Oh boy, that's the week right there.
That
really.
is going to make the
That's
difference.
going to be making the difference.
Yep, no doubt.
Watch, we'll split on that, and it'll be the Nebraska Iowa
Right.
game.
There
And
you
we'll
go.
be like, that wasn't foreseen. Yeah, there we go.
So
Let's go Michigan. Let's go Wolverines.
you're riding all the unders this week. All right.
Oh shit, I didn't know. Yeah, let's go unders. Big time games, unders hit.
Yep.
Never.
Moneyline locks.
Do it.
Minus 200 or better for the week. I'm actually going to sneak back into a game that we took out, the Oregon State game.
Why would we take that out?
Because I don't like to duplicate down below.
That's fair.
Oregon is 3.5 point favorites at Oregon State, minus 166. I don't know if you can verify that for me.
Working on it.
But I'm
They
going to
play there's so many games. Yeah, minus 166 still. Money's on Oregon State to cover.
take Oregon minus 166.
Cool. I'm gonna go all the way back up, and I'm solely doing this because I think they're the better football team.
Okay.
But also because I just love me some Lane Kiffin right now.
Okay.
So give me Ole Miss minus 134 at home Thursday night
Against
Mississippi
State.
Yep. Absolutely. Otherwise, I do like
Fighting
Cincy.
Mike Leaches?
The Fighting Mike Leaches. I do like Cincy over Tulane for all those keeping score at home.
That's fair.
Just want everyone to know that.
You could possibly spread lock them if you liked it.
I don't like it that much.
I'm going big on my spread lock this week. Georgia,
Oh boy,
in their season finale,
that's gonna be a big number.
is 36.5 point favorites against Georgia Tech.
They are.
Georgia Tech has done nothing but cover, specifically the last half of the season.
Oh, my Lord.
And that's, I mean, you can call it a rivalry game or whatever, but like Georgia Tech has not quit on the season. They're not a good football team by any means. They've won some games they shouldn't. And good teams win, but great teams cover. Give me Georgia Tech in all 36.5 of those points.
I love that. Georgia, they didn't play well this week, or last week, I should say. They're just playing not to lose at this point, not get injured, roll in, and win the SEC championship and get to playoffs. That's where they're at. So why would they need to blow them out?
And even at like 35 points is a blowout still, so let's be clear.
Yeah, like it's a 35 points in it, you still cover, and that's a huge blowout.
I mean,
but I don't think there's a need. I don't know like why they would go pedal to the metal on that.
42-14 type of game. 42-20. Yeah. You know, like whatever. Like never in question, but
absolutely. Now this one goes against one of my playoff picks, but give me South Carolina 14.5, plus 14.5 and Clemson. Mm-hmm. Clemson's not that good of a football team. South Carolina, we all know what they did last week.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they stay hot against a team that's lesser than Tennessee?
Yeah.
Someone tell me. Explain.
Explain it.
Explain it.
The Rattler gonna rattle.
Rattle. All
right,
into 4 minutes till it comes out. So we gotta
over under lock.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I have the LSU Tigers are going to Texas A&M. The rash of college football right now.
46.5.
That game is 46.5.
Yeah.
I don't think Texas A&M can score, and I don't see it. It's not like I don't think LSU's putting up more than 24, 27 points.
Yeah.
I'm taking the under in this SEC clash.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
SEC unders, bud.
I'm following it. I'm gonna follow it. Number 9 Tennessee at Vandy. 64.5. You lose Hooker. I don't really know. No one really knows. So 64.5 that's a lot of points.
Tennessee at Vandy.
At Vandy,
who just beat Florida for the first time in ever.
Yeah.
And 64.5.
Yeah. Give me the under on that. That's just
all right. DGen pick of the week. I'm going up to South Carolina.
Okay.
Is plus 500 against Clemson.
Yeah.
Ride the hot hand.
I love it. I love everything about that pick. Is Navy? Oh, Navy's
game's in Clemson. So do I really think that
it'd be definitely different in South Carolina.
If you're gonna go big on that game.
Oh, absolutely. I was going to do Navy, but I can't find them because they're probably resting for next week.
Yeah, they're too busy making their new NASA jerseys.
That helmet, I cannot wait to blast that next week and be all over that game. By the way, take the under. Put it out there now.
Nope, both those teams are juggernauts this year.
Go with the under. It's hit only 100 years in a row. You know what? Give me, this one's for you, Ryan. Give me Coastal Carolina plus 440 over James Madison.
Chanticleers fresh off a bye week because their game got canceled.
Yeah, JMU's just been.
Yeah. Plus 440 though.
Yeah, I know.
Big number.
I mean, 500.
Yeah. All right. NFL Week 12. A lot of games this week because of the Turkey Day schedule. First up.
Let's
are we gonna?
Yeah. Let's pause here.
Okay.
A little interruption of what we do here. We're going to go to the playoffs because they come out in 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Well, probably more.
Let's talk 10. Chaos as we get into.
Yeah. Let's talk.
Good with that?
Yeah. Let's talk chaos. So let me pull up the current college football rankings.
A lot of stuff went on this weekend outside of the top 4. Inside the top 4 from an almost upset perspective, but outside of the top 4 as far as potential college football playoff teams, that was unsettling, chaotic, amazing, but only if teams continue to lose. So that's the problem, is like that it all happens very slowly, and usually like not everyone that you want to lose continues to lose.
Right.
For most folks, that includes Alabama. So like this
Also
weekend
should've just lost.
made Alabama like somewhat relevant again,
Which sucks.
unfortunately.
Absolutely sucks. All right.
So these are the records going into this weekend.
Georgia's safe. Georgia's in.
Yep.
I'll get to that point. I want to do what my topic was after the release because that was ridiculous. So I mean, obviously Georgia's in. That's cool. What else? What else is going on here?
Ohio State, Michigan winner is in.
Do they both get in?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? Why not?
That game would have to be
TCU loses.
ridiculously good.
TCU loses. USC loses.
Depends on how the game goes. If it's
overtime,
a close,
neck and neck type thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
it does. I mean, if there's a cover, then yes.
Okay.
Or at least a possibility of.
Definitely a possibility right now.
Here's the problem: if you watch both of those teams play last week, did you want to see the one?
No.
Like,
actually, I didn't want to see anyone except for Georgia play themselves at that point, because even Georgia played bad, but like,
right. I mean,
they were not worrying about losing that.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't
Right.
Michigan, Ohio State debatably could have lost those games. Michigan 100% could have. TCU 100% should have.
Yeah.
And this is where we're at. Okay.
So, do you
TCU
think they're not going to change Ohio State and Michigan from 2-3?
No, they
those
shouldn't.
are staying the same. TCU's staying 4.
The top 4 really shouldn't move, in my opinion. There'd be no reason for them to.
Right.
But
USC needs to move to 5.
USC should be 5. They'll put LSU there because it's the SEC.
Yeah, they have 2 losses.
But
I don't care.
I agree. USC should be 5 without a doubt, and then LSU.
Yeah.
And then I don't care. It should then be Clemson because they're a 1 loss.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think they should be, but they should be.
Yep.
And then you can go.
Who'd Clemson lose to?
That's a good question.
They just play such an ugly brand of football right now that
they lost to Notre Dame 35-14.
that's right. Destroyed by Notre Dame.
Absolutely destroyed.
Yep.
So really for me, obviously the top 4 are set, and then it should be USC, Clemson, for me, LSU, Bama. I don't care about anyone else, doesn't matter.
Right.
Some say North Carolina, Clemson,
But North Carolina just shit the bed this week and lost all chances.
So that's where you're at. That's all that. That's anyone who has a fight, in my opinion.
Right.
Anymore is them, and Bama has the absolute worst shot at it. They have a shot. They're still in it,
But they're 10.
but they're
hard 10.
they have to have so much to go for them. They would need so many people to lose, and I don't see that happening.
That's the problem, though, is you still have 4 teams getting in.
So but the chaos.
3 of the teams are going. But if TCU loses, can TCU lose and still get in?
Not my opinion.
Because of the narrative.
Unless they used a K-State in the championship.
That's who they're losing to, though. That's who they're going to lose to.
That's true. No, not unless.
You're going to have a maximum, in my opinion, you're going to have a maximum of 2 undefeated teams.
Yeah. You're going to go Georgia or
Georgia and Big Ten.
in Big Ten.
There's 1-2.
Yeah. Regardless. Yeah.
I think TCU ends up with a loss. I think Michigan ends up with a loss. LSU already has 2.
So they're out.
Does USC lose in a Pac-12 championship?
They could. USC's going to get in this thing. They really are. So we both have TCU losing to K-State. I don't foresee that. So that gives us Georgia, one of the Big Tens.
But Georgia's not losing to LSU in the SEC championship game.
I don't think so. So that's why LSU's out. So it's Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan,
so
USC.
2-loss SEC team. Is Clemson going to lose in the ACC championship?
I don't think
to North Carolina.
I don't think so at this point.
Right.
I don't. So the teams that could be in would be Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, USC, and Clemson, in my opinion. Everyone else is out because they will lose. They're in the fight.
But
at the end of
that's the point of our chaos comment is at some point, at least 10 teams come into play here based
yeah.
on very.
And the reason Bama's still in because LSU can beat Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
That flat out could happen.
Well, no,
TCU
LSU can't beat Georgia and Alabama get in. Alabama's way in is
LSU
everyone
out.
losing.
Ohio State losing in the championship. Michigan losing this week. TCU losing.
Yeah.
Tennessee's out.
Alabama's way in
LSU.
is everyone losing.
Yeah, basically.
Except Georgia. Georgia running the table.
Oh, they could still get in with USC winning.
And
But yes.
yes, everyone, like basically
All
everyone,
but one.
all of their competition losing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Clemson losing in the championship.
Correct. Yeah.
Michigan or Ohio State winning and then losing in the championship. TCU losing in the championship. So like basically it's 2-loss Bama versus 1-loss everyone else who's not a conference champion.
Correct. Yeah.
And
You're right.
then that's where the nightmare for everyone.
Oh, that would be so bad. But it's possible. It is possible.
But then here's the thing. If Tennessee happens to win out, now they're 2-loss Tennessee versus 2-loss Bama.
They won't because Hooker's hurt.
I'm just saying.
Like, I mean, I get it, but
Right. You're putting a 2-loss Bama team in over a team.
that beat them head up.
Yeah.
You can't, in my opinion. But they will because Hooker's hurt. Unless new guy shows out this week, then maybe.
No.
But like, no, they're gonna say
And he has the ability to show out,
he does.
at least against lower competition.
Hey, but hey,
So-
it's what's in front of him.
Yep.
My opinion would be if you beat someone head to head and it comes down to that,
Right.
well, you won head to head.
Yeah.
Right. That's ultimately all there is to it.
All right.
Is it out
We
yet?
got the notification. Do I have an actual ranking?
I just got a notification that they're starting the conversation. So do you have, all right, let's get back to the Ohio State, Michigan. Can they both get in your opinion?
Can they?
If they
Yes.
play a close game, do you want them in?
No.
Okay. Why?
I don't need to see two big teams.
Two big
I don't need to
teams.
see a team that Illinois
Should it be
game planned against and executed. Like,
in the playoffs? Yeah.
if that game, here's my question. Do you think weather should be considered in team performance?
No.
Okay.
Both teams playing it.
I agree.
Now, would I consider that if we're talking about like offense of prolific scoring ability? Yes. Defenses play better like that. Yes, I would say that for how
Is
their
there
offense
any
performs, but
situation
not a
in
game.
which you think that's the answer to that question is yes.
Yeah.
Most situations that include bad weather will dictate or lean towards the lesser team.
Underdog. Absolutely.
Simply
Mentally.
because from a mental preparation standpoint, the underdog wants there to be
Chaos.
something to work against the other team. Like any dramatic factors are going to work against the favorite.
Agreed. And specifically I will say with I want to say a poorly coached team, but if the coach is not attacking that directly,
Right.
even more so.
Yeah.
Because some of that's coach. I mean, it's mental. You're the better team. Show up and play. I don't care if it's cold, windy, wet.
Right.
You shouldn't lose to them. You should. I wouldn't say you should dominate them by the spread which was before if it was nice weather, but the game should be in control and there should be no factor.
Right.
Even if you win by 10, 14, but that's a no factor contest.
Right.
In my opinion. So no,
But it does impact. I mean, we see it every year. We see
happens all
it
the time.
like
I really wish our boy Woody was in here because the whole Drake Iowa State a couple years ago in bad weather when Drake should have beat him. That was purely because of weather. Their athletes couldn't run.
terrible weather.
And there might have been a running back that everyone knows that was actually the starting running back for Iowa State.
Yeah.
His last name kind of has the same last name as mine. Just saying.
Yeah.
It rhyme with Crease Ball. Yes, Brees Hall.
Florida State is the 16th ranked team in the country.
I don't.
That's
man, we
so
can't play
absurd.
this. That's right. I can't play because YouTube will yell at us. So we'll just
Like if you're scared of anyone in the top 25 as any school,
get out of here.
yeah, like
But hey, good for Florida State to get 16. I mean, they've been nowhere for
they
5
play
years.
Florida this week. quick thoughts on that game. Like, Florida just lost to Vandy.
I thought that. So
I just
going
not
into the
think-
Miami
I did
game,
not think
I'm thinking
that-
Florida State, Miami, right? Old
Yeah.
school. Florida State just handled.
Yeah.
So I don't have a question at
Miami's
this point.
garbage, though.
Florida's not great.
No. I think Florida wins that game, though.
I don't. You want a shitty shot on
It's
it?
at Florida. I'll do a shitty shot for
Shitty
that.
shot
We
on
haven't
it?
done that.
Yeah, let's do
Florida
that.
State.
Yeah. Florida State, baby. Let's go.
Oh, Penn State's 11.
Oh shit balls. Penn State's 11.
K-State's 12. So here's how I look. Like when I see these rankings, here's the mindset is
What do you think this one?
familiarity level of Iowa football is always like they're a fringe top 25 team. In great years, they're a 15 to 5 team type of thing.
Yeah.
But like whenever I think about them is like if you threw the Iowa football team out against wherever these teams are ranked, would you bet against Iowa covering 3 points? Like Iowa getting 3 points against any of these teams? And the answer
the
is
ones right there. No.
absolutely. Like no, like Iowa would compete with any of these teams, and it's just like
Yeah,
that's how not scared of these teams you are with the worst damn offense in the country.
The thing is, because you're not even questioning the offense. You're
Right,
just saying,
like that's just
they're
like
just not going to score in Iowa.
Iowa,
They're
Penn
not
State.
good enough
Oh,
to
first
score.
1 to 10 wins. Like
Right.
even like Iowa, Kansas State, same thing. Like
Right.
no, like you're just not scared. Like Washington is 9-2, went from being someone we thought might be a contender to a team that we had no respect for whatsoever.
Absolutely. Still don't. And they're in it.
Right,
Like I would
Like-
put Utah over Washington, but
right.
they have 3 losses. I
Right.
get it. I get it. It's fine.
You gotta win the games in front of you. So Notre Dame ended up at 15 this week.
That could happen. That could happen.
Like,
Notre Dame losing to, or Notre Dame beating USC. That
Problem is Penn State has no chance. Like they don't have any games left to
no
win.
one has chance down here.
Yeah.
0.
Yeah, but they get throttled in both of those games.
They don't have a shot.
Here we go.
Top 10.
They've already
Tennessee.
done it. They've already done it. Tennessee's 10th. Tennessee has already been jumped by Alabama. But they got blown out. They did get blown out. They got embarrassed
Oh, they get absolutely. So this is
by
going to
a
be
team. I mean, Alabama's only losses are literally
I will.
one possession games.
I will say
to
this: Tennessee
and
wins this
Georgia.
week. They should go back up.
Right. I don't
This is an over.
Yeah.
I mean, they got absolutely throttled, and they lost their quarterback.
to
So
an unranked 500 team.
fine. I will be okay this week. But if they win this week and they're not above Bama, then we have issues. Fair Dixon versus Pitt tonight in college basketball.
Well, Fairleigh Dixon.
The hell are they?
Fairleigh Dixon? They've won they win their conference a lot, and they make the NCAA tournament as the 16, 15 seed a lot.
I don't think I've ever.
Oregon's 9th. Soy.
What?
Make room for the Crimson Tide, folks.
Wow. They're in New Jersey, huh?
9-2 Oregon, number 9.
Oh my! How high is Bama going?
I mean 8.
Well, I mean, yeah. They didn't move.
It's
you're
USC,
saying?
LSU, Clemson.
You're just saying they didn't move.
Yeah.
You're 100% sure Clemson's above Bama.
They have to be.
Have to be.
They have to be.
I mean, I agree, but these guys.
You gotta be
Oh my Lord! How?
Did anybody watch Alabama play this week?
How?
They played a
They should have lost.
Division 1. They won 34-0 against a Division 1 AA opponent.
Oh.
Here's the thing. Clemson controls their own destiny.
Let's go back to. Let's just look. real here.
Clemson controls their own destiny.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But here, look. Last week, what is more impressive?
Neither.
No, but if you had to pick from these shitty wins, the
Yeah.
Miami game is more impressive because
Right, because it's Miami.
it's Austin P.
Right.
Agreed. Clemson,
Right.
that's fine, but that's stupid.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, I agree, but you just told me before it came out that you didn't
you
think it
said
was going to
they
happen.
have to.
I said they have to. You said they didn't, and now you're more reactive about it than I am.
It's for the show. Okay?
I get it.
Not the reaction.
The reaction was
that's real.
yeah.
That's stupid.
Alabama's better than Clemson, though.
Yeah, they are, but 2 loss. You don't do.
Do you think Alabama's better than LSU? I do.
I don't know.
Did they not play?
What? Well, I mean, yeah, but LSU.
They're gonna put LSU
Right
over Alabama.
They might as well go with it. I don't care at this point.
At this point, Clemson.
They have 1 loss.
Either
Put them above them.
It either has to be Clemson, Alabama, LSU. I don't care. Alabama beat the
Piss. You can say it. We can't
out
say
of
F
LSU.
words. Absolutely. So I agree, but it should
They
be
both
Clemson.
have 2 losses.
But now that they did that, you might as well do it the other way. Who cares?
Right.
I mean, I don't know.
You've moved Tennessee down to 10. That's irrelevant at this point.
Oh, wow. This is fun live. I love when this stuff happens. Is anyone watching us now? We had a lot of people. 8 views this week.
Let's go.
I wish people were watching now.
Yeah.
I should tweet it. Yeah, I'm going to tweet real quick.
Defense, run the football with Shipley. DJ's up and down. I don't know if you can really hang your hat right now on their ability to throw the football if teams are able to match up with their run game. But they do play great defense, which keeps them in almost every game they play. And, they got a defensive line when they're all healthy and able to play. They can take over a football game. So I think if you're going to say what do they do or just a football judgment, for me, that's what it would be. Trying to get Shipley going.
Ow.
To be able to play great defense and hope that
I need to go to the chiropractor. That one hurt.
because what he's on, guys, I mean, he can still be very effective.
Oh, God. That hurt me.
We're going to have to wait for the top 6.
It's all right. Checking a little action while we're here.
The thing is, it doesn't really matter. We already know the top 6.
We do.
Do you think
We do. Maybe.
LSU or USC?
Say that again.
LSU or USC?
USC.
Number 5.
Yeah. I'll be wrong. That's fine. Victim of their own success.
It's a very good point. Yeah, but
Hey, Sam Darnold's starting against the starting for the Panthers this week.
oh yeah, love that.
Take the under in that thing. Assume.
There we go. Georgia, number 1.
Duh.
Number 2. Ohio State. Number 2 versus number 3. I mean, TCU almost
We are live.
TCU almost loses to Baylor. Michigan almost loses to Illinois. Neither one of those teams is moving. Michigan's 2 versus 3. Ohio State, Michigan, as anticipated.
Yep. Nothing's off here.
TCU number 4. Nothing changes there. Nothing unexpected.
Nothing could
TCU
change.
continues to control their own destiny.
And here we are. This is where it should happen.
Staying at number 5.
Jeez. 2-loss LSU.
Somebody explain that to me. Who were their 2 losses?
No.
Just
No. How? Regardless of their 2 losses, they have 2 losses over 1 loss.
yeah.
Like just
And one of their losses is Alabama.
who's down there somewhere.
Yeah. Who's their other loss?
You don't know if it's maybe one vote in that room and somebody that's going, I don't know, I want to see another week or two. It could be very close, but right now it would seem like that LSU's in really good shape.
LSU can't be in that great of shape because if they lose, they're a 3-loss team.
They lost. No, they got throttled by Tennessee, of course.
Tennessee and Alabama.
No, they beat Alabama. They lost to Florida State in the opening week.
You can't lose to Florida State. Come on.
Wow.
Come on.
Can't say I foresaw some
We play
of that.
we play all the games.
All of them.
All the games. All the games matter.
No, they
Week
don't.
1.
They don't.
Week 1, if you lose to Marshall, if you lose to Appalachian State, if you lose to any of those games, those all count, right?
No,
Okay.
they don't. They clearly don't. That's a little crazy. Not entirely sure. Why does the committee always suck? It doesn't matter if we're talking about the playoff committee or we're talking about the systems. Like college football just does not get things
Doesn't
right.
make any sense. Like, what are we comparing? We're not even comparing resumes at that point.
I heard, so this goes to this, and this is a point I want to get to. The analyst, I don't remember her name, had brought up that they do a lot of strength of schedule. It's heavy, right? But she also said there's a way that Georgia doesn't get in the playoffs. She said they lose in the SEC championship.
Okay.
Everyone basically else wins out. And because of strength of schedule, they would be out. I said, how is that even a question?
So TCU wins out.
TCU wins out.
They're in.
Ohio State or
Wins
Michigan. Doesn't matter.
The Big Ten school wins out.
Clemson's in because of ACC.
Hold them back.
Okay.
TCU wins out. They're in.
Yep.
Big Ten wins out. They're in. LSU wins the SEC championship, therefore getting them in. There's your 3.
And then you've got Pac-12 champ.
So you would have
ACC champ.
USC winning out,
In Georgia.
Clemson winning out in Georgia.
That's the...
If all 3 of those
They
teams
say-
wins out, USC is getting in.
Well, how do you have Georgia out?
Over Georgia? They won they won the Pac-12.
Because you put more weight into one game at the end of the season championship game?
I mean, are you putting out, like, LSU doesn't have to get in?
No. I said that. Exactly. LSU doesn't have to get in.
Right. But LSU's getting in if they win.
Well, if they beat Georgia. But Georgia should... Why would Georgia be out? They're the best
LSU
team
makes
all
the
year.
college football playoff.
They'll lose by 20.
I don't even care. I don't even care if at
ridiculous.
this point in the season they're good enough to make it. That is not a football team I want to see in the college football playoff.
But this is why we should be at 12. I like them in 12.
It's fine. Whatever.
Not to 4. This is ridiculous. All right.
You can't lose to Florida State and have any consideration. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Not to mention it was Florida State. Like, Florida State's been bad for 5+ years. Like, your first game is against a Florida State team that hasn't won like more than 5 games total. And
You can't beat
whatever.
your way out of a wet paper bag.
Get the hell out of here. All right.
Exactly.
All right. Gobble, gobble day.
Oh, NFL. All right. Save us, NFL. Save us.
Let's ride NFL. All right. First Turkey Day game. So I read a stat. I don't know if I posted it or not. But at NFL games that are 9.5 point spreads or greater, which doesn't happen all that often, the under hits like 70-80% of the time. So I'm gonna follow that this week. I just want to tease everyone with that.
All right.
Okay, so let's open up with
Because we have 2 of those right off the bat.
exactly. That's what triggered me.
Bills Lions.
9.5. I don't like that.
Also, I just want to. The Turkey Day schedule this year is. You might not nap as much as normal.
Agree.
I love the matchups.
There's gonna be some football played.
I mean, I'm still gonna nap. Don't get me wrong. Bills Lions starting us off 9.5. Bills on the road.
That's a lot of points.
Well, actually, I mean,
They're
it's
home.
kind of
They're home game.
Home game.
It's neutral
Never
field.
left. Bills stayed in Detroit all week. Snow back in Buffalo. They played the Lions home game. A lot of jokes from Twitter this week on the Bills getting like Wi-Fi passwords and different codes and like not touching things that aren't theirs type of thing a lot of joking back and forth, but now they just happen to be playing at the Lions. So,
which is, by the way, when they originally announced like going to Detroit, I was like, what the? I get it's a dome team. It's kind of close, but what the hell? Oh,
yep.
Because they're moving them out because they're not going to come back home anyway.
Right.
That
And
makes
then
sense. 9.5,
the Lions have
though?
won 3 in a row. And the Bills
and
have
scored.
done nothing but
Miffed.
struggle. But,
9.5?
9.5's a lot. Josh Allen's not 100%.
9.5?
9.5's a lot.
I'm just saying that's a lot of points.
Yeah,
I already got the under because I just made that stat, or didn't make that stat. I just announced that stat. So follow it.
I got the over on this game. This is
that's
going to be a fun game.
I'm just going off stats.
This is going to be a
Lions are covering.
31-27. Somehow the Bills pull this game out.
Yeah, Goff throws a late pick or something.
Yeah, but a fun game.
Yeah.
A fun game to kick off the weekend, even though it's a Thursday game. It's a different kind of Thursday game.
Yeah.
Powered by turkey legs.
Absolutely.
So we both have Detroit covering.
Did I put these in the right
Do we
order
both
in
have
terms?
Buffalo? Yeah, I believe so.
I'll just double check. But
I'm
yes,
99% sure this is the correct order.
we both have
Because it's the
Buffalo.
order that I wrote them down in,
Okay.
that's what I go by time.
Okay, good.
So we both have Detroit covering 9.5 at home. Both have Buffalo finding a way to win this game.
At 11:31.
Yeah, it's an early game.
No, but 31
Yeah.
guys
Hey.
on all of them. Did they all do 0-1s?
You'll tryptophan. Well, they just don't actually get kicked off until time expires. It might be a delay game, but in the NFL, it's probably not.
Jeez. Got him.
Always on the under of 54.5. I'm taking the over in what I hope to be an exciting kickoff to NFL Thursday. Giants Cowboys game 2. Giants coming off a bit of a dud. Seemingly play the Cowboys tough. Dallas kind of has their number, but
I'll promise one thing. They're going to run the football.
both teams should run the football.
Damn, run the football.
So I am taking Dallas. Wow, man. Coming off the short week, Dallas should still be relatively rested. Giants, not a good week against the Lions. There should be no reason that Dallas just doesn't control this game. So I'm going to take Dallas to cover the 9.5 and control the football game. Goes against most of the time what I would division rivalry type of stuff. I assume you're going to take the Giants to cover. Dallas to win, though?
Yeah.
All right. And I do not hate that, but
It's just a lot of points for a division game. I don't like it.
45.5 is the number over under.
I set a stat, and I'm sticking to it this week.
Stories on the under. 45.5. Dallas gets to 27 in this game. The question is, do the Lions? No,
Get to 20.
27-17 is an under. And that's kind of where I'm seeing this game for Dallas to cover.
This is a sneaky good game.
Patriots-Vikings. Vikings, fresh off being
Ass whooping.
ass whopping and being home dogs. 2.5-point favorites against
Clearly, someone knew
the
something.
best running team in the NFL.
Good night.
Who gets to come play inside with a fairly accurate quarterback. Thing is, Patriots just don't have the dynamic playmaking ability.
They don't.
This game's only 42.5 for the total.
I think this is this is an overreaction in my opinion on the lines and the total. Because give me Minnesota, and the over. They're just thinking, okay, this is who Minnesota is. It's not.
Right.
They're better than that. And the Patriots obviously didn't really score.
I see this being 27-24, 31-28.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think both teams.
It's going to be a good game.
Score.
It's going to be a good game, and they're going to score. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
But let's not get it crazy.
Right.
The Vikings are a better football team.
Right.
Absolutely.
I still believe that at least.
Falcons Commanders.
Up to this week.
What a playoff potential game here.
Because it's going to make me physically ill.
Jeez, who would have thought?
But the Commanders, I have more respect right now for the Commanders than I do the Giants. They found something with Heineke. Defense
And
is
they're sticking to
getting
it.
healthy
Absolutely.
and playing well.
If we're
They're
talking about
playing
trends-
fast, they're playing hyped football.
So when I was up for midnight 2 nights ago and just couldn't sleep, I went to the whole NFL playoff machine thing because that's back out, and just was going through it all. And I really had Washington making the playoffs because I had the Giants falling because of that, right? The Commanders are hot. They're playing good football. They're not, like, on paper a good football team.
Right.
Let's not get crazy.
Right.
But they are playing hot. It's going to go over.
Story's got this over 41.5, as do I. I have Washington covering the 4.
Of course you do.
And winning the game, following the hot hand. And at the end of games, these games have been falling towards Washington with Heineke at quarterback. That's kind of been his MO. Like ugly, but somehow effective.
There's 2 reasons I'm going to go Falcons. One, I think they cover regardless.
Okay.
But it's mainly because I can't stand Heineke, and I'm a homer. Like, I cannot put money on him. I just can't do it. Yeah. And I also believe that based upon the way our defense played against Fields, I know they hurt him early, but, like, they played sound to what they needed to do to win that game, and I was really happy about that.
Right.
Offensively, I believe that game last week is not as close if we didn't have those 2 fumbles. Yeah, because we really dominated the game most of the game. So that's where I don't think we have those turnovers. I didn't check the weather, although that's a big thing for a dumb team. So I should probably do that.
I think weather for the most part nationwide was supposed to be decent this week, unless you were seeing rain somewhere.
Let's see. Saturday. What, you don't give me Sunday? You stop at Saturday night? That's stupid. Sunday, rain likely, mainly before 1. Okay, so a little wet field.
Yep.
That, to me, actually bodes well more for the Falcons because we don't throw the ball.
Right.
And the Commanders with Heineke will. So I like it. What's wrong with it?
So you've got Atlanta covering, getting 4, and then winning outright, and then the over of 41.5. I have Washington covering the 4. Obviously winning outright and also over the 41.5. Next up, we have Sunday Night Football.
I really wish
your Green Bay Packers.
Because it's going to make me physically ill.
Oh, jeez. A lot of expulsion there.
So I can't ride with those fudge guys.
Yeah, so you've got Packers
poopy
getting 7 points at Philadelphia, who has
like that, though.
Shown some signs of weakness, but I think are due for a dominating performance. I think they can run the football. I think they can do some things against the Packers. I see this as a Philadelphia
the win by 10
and cover.
Yeah.
I have this game going under. I think Philadelphia's defense is going to make a stance. They gave up 16 points last week. I don't see them giving up any more than 17 this week. And scoring
rain
in the 20s.
60 miles an hour and rain.
Yeah, so I'll take the under in that game.
I'll take the under specifically because of weather, but yeah, Philly. I think they win by 10. They're the better. They overall are the better running football team. Yep. I know the Packers did well, but that's not normal.
Monday Night Football, Steelers, Colts. Jeff Saturday. Oh, too much.
Damn it.
Yep. Steelers, Colts. Colts getting 2.5 or are 2.5 points favorites at home against the Steelers. Both teams have been playing better.
Yeah. Jeff Saturday came in and I'm not saying it's Jeff Saturday
teams, either one of them, but competitive teams that are playing hard for their coaches.
It's Matt.
Players are always going to play hard for Tomlin.
Correct.
The Steelers have made the playoffs or have finished 500 or better for all of Tomlin's career,
except for this year.
Which tells you that they don't fall off down the stretch.
However,
so they will continue to fight for that, I believe.
In those games, they play better at home.
Right. This game's inside. But Pickett's been playing well.
Throwing up to Pickens, baby.
Throwing to Pickens. And Colts have been rejuvenated by Saturday.
No. Eddie Ice running 39 yards and stuff. Look at him lighting it up.
Right. So 2.5, Colts favored at home. 39.5 is the total.
That's indoors?
Indoors, two teams that can
They just
relatively moved.
Didn't the Steelers
All just scored a whole bunch of points last week with the Bengals.
Didn't they both just score a bunch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Colts got beat 17-16. So to the Eagles.
I mean, but they scored early on.
But that game was at Philly.
Yeah.
Indoors, I like this game going over the 39.5.
Over me.
Both of us are on the over, so likely wrong.
Yeah, right.
Gosh. I don't know how I feel about this game.
It's easy.
Okay, show me how easy.
Indy.
You've got Indy.
It's 3 points.
Covering and winning.
They're playing overall a lot better. They should have beat Philly last week.
Yep.
Matt Ryan indoors, right? Yes, Pickett played well last week.
Right. Against the Bengals.
Against the
Not
Bengals.
As good of a defense.
But their defense gave up a lot. I mean, they gave up almost 400 yards to my boy Burrow.
Right.
Because he was on my fantasy team. My fantasy team just tore apart the league last week, and I love it.
So did mine, unfortunately. So in my Dynasty League, I was 0-10. Played the number 1 seed. Scored the most points that has scored in the league this year. And I'm now 1-10.
And don't have the number 1 pick?
No, I won't have the number 1 pick because our Dynasty League, you have to win the consolation playoffs.
Nice. Yeah, we do
in
the same
order.
thing.
Yeah, so it's fair. So
Absolutely.
you can't completely tank.
Right.
However, the number 1, he averages say 135 points a game. He scored 136 or 138.
So he was good.
I scored 176 points. I beat him 176 to 30. I average 93 points a week. I doubled my damn score.
Man, what was the pep talk this week?
Just get on out there and win one for the Gipper.
Hey, maybe you can end your season on a climax.
Right. Shout out DU.
Shout out DU. Yeah.
Here's to the one who wears the D.
That's ridiculous.
I don't know why. I'm gonna Ryan this. I'm feeling Pitt this week, and I hate that I am. So I'm just
math.
I don't either. That's why I said it's a feeling.
That's
it's a Stoy gut.
Hey, go with the gut.
So therefore, I'm taking Indy because they're at home, but I'm taking somehow Indy wins this. 24-23.
All right.
So
there it is. There it is somehow.
All right. Bets of the week. Moneyline lock.
Oh, boy. There's
Spread lock, over-under lock, and DGen pick of the week. I'm going to start down below at the DGen, if you don't mind.
Go right ahead.
Give me those.
I won't.
Give me those pesky little Lions. They're plus 380.
I like that. Okay. I can see that. They're plus 335 now, or 350 now.
Plus 350.
What did you do?
I hit the plus button.
He touched the butt.
We zoomed in.
He touched the butt. I'm not going DGen. I'm gonna go just with my moneyline lock because it's
Moneyline lock.
one of the lock locks.
Okay.
Give me the Seahawks minus 194 over the Raiders.
Seattle minus 194.
How are they not more than minus 200? Defeats me.
Okay. Las Vegas. They were also a note that I had here, but you know how multiple I am.
Yeah. You know how multiple I am.
I will take the. Is Baltimore more than 200 at this point?
Yeah, minus 205.
Okay. I will then. I'll slip over to my Commanders at minus 198.
My Commanders
Against the Falcons up top.
That's such a bad idea.
Is that 198 still?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm an idiot.
Ready for a DJ pick yet?
I just closed out. I pushed close. I don't know why I did that. So now I have to get back in.
Spread lock. I will take Baltimore minus 4 at Jacksonville. For the record, love Seattle this weekend. 3.5 at home. Raiders coming in.
Yeah, duh.
Ride them.
Ride the hell out of them.
Ride them.
Ride the hell out.
No
of
respect.
Them. No,
I feel like
spread lock for me. I was going to double down real quick, but I'm not doing that because that shit's stupid. From up top never bodes well for this guy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You know what? I'm going to stick to that whole -4 thing. Give me the Chargers over the Cardinals.
All right. Don't mind that. All right. Over under lock. I am going to slide in here. Cincinnati is at Tennessee. Both teams' offenses have been playing fairly well.
Went 42.5.
42.5?
Yeah.
I got to go over.
Yeah. You absolutely do.
Didn't see anything weather-wise that really stuck out to me there, but
You absolutely do.
yeah, and that jumped off the page to me just for how those teams' offenses have been playing.
So I wanted to stick to I want to get as much stats on that stat I put out there. The two games that I'm looking at are Rams Chiefs. It's 14.5. Over unders 44. Can't say I love it. 9.5 Saints Niners at 43.5. Can't say I love it. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs Rams, and under 44. And I'm gonna stick to the stat of if it's 9.5 or more, and the more it is, the lower or the more
Under 44?
Under. Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
All right.
I know.
But, I mean,
I'm sticking to the stat. Okay.
the Rams have shown no ability to do
score.
offense.
Foot.
Well, now Stafford's out, Cup's out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're not wrong.
D-Gen pick?
D-Gen pick.
Also, I've got a parlay pick that I don't mind. So if you do like Detroit, feel free.
No, I'm not gonna do that. There's actually just not that many.
No, there's not a lot of
I just
options.
realized
That's why
that.
my other option is a parlay pick. So
Yeah, I'm gonna have to parlay it too. All right, let's go figure this out. Parlay real quick. Let's go figure out our parlay. And what does that give me to? Give me a number. Plus 232.
oh, look at you.
Chargers, Seahawks, Ravens.
Oh, like that. God, who screws that up? Plus 232?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I like that. My other one I was looking at was a couple of home dogs.
Okay. Okay.
Cincinnati's coming to Tennessee. While I like how Cincinnati's been playing, Tennessee at home,
Playing well.
controlling the ball, maybe find a way to win that game. And then Tampa Bay comes to Cleveland.
Yeah, I like that one too.
So Cleveland's an underdog in that game. So a Cleveland Tennessee
Underdog.
It's going to make me physically ill.
underdog parlay is at 425.
Yeah, sure is.
Just for those D-Gens out there.
Sure is.
Had to share that, but I'll ride me some Lions. See if they can stay hot at home this week and defend their turf against the team that sold out their stadium in 48 hours last weekend.
And got rid of a carnival.
Yes.
All in
got
that
rid
time
of
frame.
a carnival and sold 48,000 tickets in 48 hours or something like that. 64,000 tickets.
Insane.
Yeah, whatever it was.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Bills Mafia is for real.
Yeah.
You can say what you want about the rest of the fans in the NFL. Bills are top 3, no question.
Yeah.
And argue all you want.
Argue hard.
The Mafia runs strong and thick.
I mean, to
how many
me-
teams do you know?
That could do that.
Yeah.
Aside from knowing that the Bills do, the Steelers would, because they have mass following all over the world. So I believe they would.
Well, like not
in
like
this
the
game,
Cowboys are like they're always deemed
Cowboys
most
would 'cause they have a
popular or
lot.
whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't think they would.
Well, I mean, they don't. I mean,
Because
sometimes fill
Cowboys
out their own
fans are
stadium.
right.
Right,
Like, that's
so,
why I said like
right.
like Patriots fans I think are dedicated within, but like they're not
I
necessarily
really-
like Bears fans, same type of thing. I mean Chiefs, maybe Chiefs
No, I just
fans
don't think there's
because
enough.
they've been
Because they've been winning. I
winning
guess,
though.
maybe.
Like people are coming to see them at this point.
But if you
Whereas
had
like Bills Mafia is literally following them in Detroit.
right. If I had to pick another team besides the Bills,
Right.
It would be the Steelers for me.
Right.
That's
So
I don't have
here's
anyone
the
else.
other thing is that a lot of people argued that it wasn't the Bills fans that were buying the tickets. It was the Lions fans who wanted to see a Super Bowl contending team.
That's funny. Which I'm sure
Hey.
some of them did.
Right.
Let's not be real.
Like,
That's
Josh Allen's
right.
in town. Why the hell not?
Why wouldn't you?
Because, obviously Lions were not at home. So,
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. But that's it. That's that for the week. It's Turkey week. We're hoping to have our guests on. They didn't respond.
Okay.
Woody, I'm calling you out live because that's worked well once already.
Right.
We'll get some guests on here as the season of college football winds down from a regular season perspective, and we kind of start ramping up NFL playoff machine. I'm sure we will launch that. Well, you know what? We'll tease it next week. We'll just pull it up so you guys can see it. Next week's it's not time yet.
Right.
But once we get through next week, because next week's about really one college football game that really matters.
Yeah.
And so we'll do that college football game and hit that one up. Do a little bit of ESPN playoff machine, and get us ready for championship weekend in college football. And then we'll be rolling into the playoffs and bowl games.
Yeah.
Bowl games.
Be here before you know it.
So here we are. So we're thankful. I'm thankful for Cole. I'm thankful for everyone. You followers, obviously our family, our wives, our kiddos. But be thankful for everyone around you. This is obviously Thanksgiving. It's a week of thanks. And we're just all happy to be able to do this, provide this, be with each other. So I'm going to sign off with eat a lot of food. You have plenty
Real quick. Favorite Thanksgiving food?
Oh, that's I don't have one favorite.
You've got to. No, I'm not saying that. I agree. I mean, we're both foodies.
Right.
So like,
I don't have
the one food you can't not have on the table.
just a straight up
Like
dinner rolls.
I look
with
out there,
butter.
you can't have like I'm not having this meal if it doesn't have dinner
some
rolls.
type of dinner rolls with butter.
All right. Any specific type of dinner roll? Like the Hawaiian sweet rolls, like the homemade rolls, like
yeast dinner
rolls. Okay.
Have to
White
have it.
wheat.
White.
White.
Have to have it. Now I always end up having cornbread, and we usually have collard greens. Like those are there,
Right.
but I have to have that
You have to
because
have
it's
the
a vehicle
roll.
for everything for me. Think
Yeah,
about
I can
cranberry,
make-
I got
yeah, but
ham,
like
I got all that stuff. That's me.
I can make everything else a vehicle.
That's fair.
Like
That's fair.
I've got to have the potatoes.
But you're telling me I had to pick.
Yeah, but I got to have the potatoes
Oh, my potato dish this week is going to be
because I can mix stuffing with potatoes. I can mix corn with potatoes,
Any type of
turkey with potatoes, ham with potatoes, gravy with potatoes is the easy.
right
I can have I can even dip my roll
in
to
potatoes.
the potatoes.
Fair.
But if I don't have the potatoes, so potatoes it is for me.
Well,
And I didn't know my answer until
So,
we talked it out.
Well, let's be
but-
real though. There has to be some type of protein. Like the meat
Okay,
is
best
actually
meat.
best meat. I don't really care.
Turkey,
I've
ham,
had turkey, ham, brisket, primer. I've had it all.
Turducken,
I've had turducken.
Phenomenal, underrated.
Overrated.
Cornish hen is actually good though.
Love some Cornish hen.
So,
Turducken's just
like,
overrated because
There's too much and it's hard to cook.
yeah, basically.
Ultimately,
that's
that's
all
what
it
it comes down
is.
to, and it's very expensive for what it
On
is.
top of that, yeah, right. But
But
no,
Cornish hen. If you're gonna have the turducken, just get the Cornish hen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But also meat. You can't have it with you can't have a vegetarian Thanksgiving dinner.
No.
Sorry for those vegans and vegetarians. You can't.
But if you're just having, if it's just
But if it's
between,
a side.
basically a lot of people like the argument is, are we having turkey or are we having ham?
Right. I don't give a shit.
I think on Thanksgiving it would be the one time
always
that
have
I would
both.
continue, like I would lean turkey.
Oh, absolutely. But we always have both. I don't think I've
Right.
never not had
Turkey leg or just
both. Oh, dark meat. Because
Dark
I don't
meat,
trust
okay.
I don't trust people cooking the turkey.
That's
If
right.
I'm cooking the turkey, I don't care.
Right,
They're,
that's
they're all moist. But most people that cook turkeys dry the
dark meat.
living
Nope.
hell out of it.
100%. No, that's
You can't screw up a ham. So
stuffing. Yes or no?
oh, absolutely, all day,
So like my family,
all day long.
my sister was here earlier today, so we were on a thread.
Yeah, Caitlin, why
mushy.
weren't you here? By the way,
Mushy. The Thanksgiving foods are too mushy.
too mushy.
So like, and like I
I didn't
follow.
think about it. Yeah.
So
It's a lot
corn,
soft. Mashed potatoes.
potatoes, stuffing,
Stuffing, gravy, rolls, cranberry,
like
everything.
Everything is, but that is why I can throw all of it into
Together.
a crock pot and just eat the shit out of it afterwards. It doesn't matter. I mean, you want to throw mac and cheese in there?
Whatever
I don't
you
give a
want.
shit.
And also, by the way, when you do that, all the flavors hold up.
Oh,
like
it's
it's not.
so
It doesn't
good.
like get blended in black
The post Thanksgiving
On
mush
Fridays?
mash.
while you're watching college football.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man,
Like
I'm excited for
might
that.
be Thanksgiving leftovers.
Better
one-
than Christmas.
Number one leftover. Better than cold pizza,
Yeah.
which is
Oh,
cold,
what's up there?
cold spaghetti. Cold Italian food in general holds up.
Yeah.
Cold spaghetti, cold pizza, but not like because you can eat Thanksgiving leftovers hot or cold. It's
Yeah.
still.
In any form. Name a
Yeah.
form. Yeah,
I mean, if
agree.
you want to throw that shit in a blender,
Go ahead.
give it to me as a
Fuck
smoothie.
I'm
in.
all over it.
I'm in.
I'm all over it.
Sorry, had
I
a
gag
Thanksgiving.
first.
We didn't talk Thanksgiving food.
No, we
I
did.
had to get that in there.
We did. I love it. I love it.
But yes.
meat. You have to have meat.
Thankful,
potatoes and rolls.
thankful. Biggest thing, just be thankful for your health, guys. You know, it's an easy thing to take advantage of. You know, we've had some sicknesses running through our house,
Yep.
very minor things. Obviously, over the last few years, we've been through the COVID thing,
Right.
going through the flu thing now. I mean, just continue to be thankful for health. Take care of yourselves. Take care of others, and be thankful and just be kind.
Absolutely.
You know, holidays are coming. Understand that people are struggling in a lot of different ways, and help out where you can. So,
As much as you can.
happy Thanksgiving.
Enjoy. Happy Thanksgiving.